Moses Baiden is seen here.
Big man,
with
Charlie.
the president of the Gambia.
Charlie.
Also on the front page this morning, Ibrahim Mahama signals support for Ghanaian AI prodigy. Beautiful story here. And then also Sahel extremists probing towards Ghana. Hey, we're here with Grego. This is the CDS talking.
The Herald this morning, Attorney General and Gofredamic clash over ex-NAFCO CEO's airport arrest, and Goodfield's lease renewal will cost Mahama government deadly. This is Kofi Bentel warning. The story of Ibrahim Mahama supporting the young Ghanaian AI innovator is here as well. Fire service battles floods, fire, structural collapse in busiest week that's here. And NPA declares war on illegal petroleum activities downstream. And we are told Guel manages Equiapim North NPP chair bid sparks question over campaign commitment.
The Today newspaper says Mahama pledges pension boost as economy recovers. His photograph is here. Army takes over flood cleanup, illegal buildings targeted, and Bernard 48,000 homeless after floods. That's a big one.
The Informer dissolve flood task force now. Aponyo Marking is demanding, and on recurring Accra floods, Ghana needs bold leadership, not relief items. The government told Amidu's anti-corruption credibility in tatters as he advises Oforiatta not to cooperate with lawful investigation. And Zoom Lion Ashanti Regional Coordinating Council launched cleanup campaign upon Nkrumah slams government over flood response.
The Ghanaian Point says Ochebi Ohum Festival. Ohum Festival. Chief of Staff pledges strong government support for agriculture and equitable development. Also, the story about Ibrahim Mahama pledging to support an AI innovator from Ghana. And then many doubted us, but Black Stars made Ghana proud. This is the GFA president talking.
Right, the Republic Press, AG, Dame face-off over controversial airport arrest of Hanan and sanitation sector under fire. President warned of blackmail, sabotage over YEA contract termination. The killing of a robber by Momo vendor is here. He recovered 140,000 Ghana cedis at Lashibi. DVLA is warning the public against fake fine payment text messages. Now, the flood took everything. Dennis Miracles Abuaji recounts devastating ordeal, and on Summer Boy floods don't return home until fumigation ends. Nadmo tells residents.
The Inquisitor says NDC national chair race, Oponfosu leads in early polls. According to the paper, his photograph is here. Also on the front page, Cocoa Board doles out some 2.6 billion Ghana cedis to settle farmers. Otumfo to celebrate Akwesidai Festival at US in August. That's
right.
US.
BNFT this morning, identification. Margins delivers first GAM ID. President Barrow is inaugural recipient, and plastic pollution reaches danger zone. There are other stories here as well, and congratulations to Bernard Yao Ashade. He bows out after 15 years at BNFT. From intern to deputy editor.
Oh, beautiful.
Well
Congratulations
done,
to him.
So where's he going?
I'm sure he's doing his own thing now.
Okay.
Yeah.
But before we come to you, we are counting the cost of the flood, yeah?
Yeah.
The Economy Times has a huge story this morning. Up to 500 million Ghana cedis in insurance claims expected from Accra floods damage.
If you add fire, it's even going to be
Deadly. Stocks reclaim attention on Ghana's financial markets as GSC delivers 66% return. And business groupings ask government for tax reforms as part of the mid-year budget review.
Daily Democrat is my final paper. Our culture, our strength. This is President Mahama. And Cocoa Board pays 2.6 billion Ghana cedis to cocoa farmers. Spring Park demands urgent planning reform to curb flooding. Chief of Staff calls for innovative leadership. A tribute long overdue. The NDC's enduring bond with its founder. There is something. Ghana Exim Bank joins UN Global Compact, and the NPA is engaging retail outlet operators and tanker drivers to enhance regulatory compliance.
I'll give you a few headlines. The Daily Graphic, Ghana or government activists post-flood recovery, armed forces lead operational response. 42nd National Farmers Day launched, all on the front page. And then government settles $700 million Eurobond debt with Ato Forsen photographed here. The other stories I want to touch on quickly. On citynewsroom.com, poor road conditions turn Kasua Malam commute into 4-hour ordeal. This is something that residents have been complaining about a lot. Fabag is warning that mandatory easy pass will hurt businesses and increase consumer prices. Meanwhile, intra-African trade faces $120 billion annual finance gap, according to a report. Mahama says character, not titles or power, defines a person of faith. And then there's whole discussions around the educational sector. Stop undermining university management. Haruna warns councils. He also says respect lecturers. Conditions of service. Haruna Idrisi to G-Tech. If you go to channel1news.com, the payment of $700 million, the lead story there. Carlos Queiroz bid farewell to Ghana, calls for stronger foundations for the Black Stars' future. There's a brilliant article by Godfred Akotoba on this. We'll discuss that later on. In other headlines, policewoman under investigation after viral clash with complainant. You know, a complainant went to a policewoman and the whole thing became Charlie. Meanwhile, Kofi Asare is urging respectful debate over Duchum's degree comments. You know, the former education minister said something about degrees being useless. It's led to a big storm on social media, and Kofi Asare is saying, let's have a decent conversation. Let's not degenerate into insult. There's a very interesting article I'll take you to outside Ghana.
Okay.
It's not to equalize or anything.
Okay.
So the lead newspaper in Kenya is called the Daily Nation.
Okay.
The headline is "Waste is money, but why is Nairobi dirty?"
Everywhere,
that's their front page story. Waste is money, but why is Nairobi dirty? And then they also have the numbers behind Kenya's shrinking civic space. So they are worried about lack of civic voices in their democracy as well. Okay. A few other stories from across the country. Congo says confirmed Ebola cases have risen to 1,561, including 506 deaths. This is Reuters reporting.
That's about half.
Yeah, Reuters is reporting 1/3 of the people have died. Reuters is reporting this from Congo. And then UN is warning Ebola outbreak in DR Congo threatens 300,000 jobs. Yeah, so there's a whole story around that. The High Street Journal is asking a question: is opportunistic pricing driving inflation? Local price hikes outpace imports by massive margin. So basically, they don't know how come people are raising their prices when things are stable. Let's get into the details.
Yes, Bernard, talking about prices and costs, the Economic Times has a story we've been looking for. Up to 500 million Ghana cedis in insurance claims expected from Accra floods damage. Tumaini here reports that the catastrophic June 29 to 30, 2026 Accra floods, which brought record-breaking rainfall of up to 140 mm, are projected to trigger between 150 million Ghana cedis and 500 million Ghana cedis in gross insurance claims. Now, the resulting claims are currently emanating from three main areas of insurance coverage. One is motor insurance. A significant volume of claims has been filed for submerged, waterlogged, or internally damaged vehicles. The other one talks about commercial property and business inventory. And it goes on to provide further details. If you're interested in this story, please grab a copy.
There's an interesting headline on the Daily Gist. Ato Forson sits on $200 million World Bank cash as flood kills 40. Details are on page 3. And it says that the World Bank has attributed significant delays in the implementation of Ghana's flagship Greater Accra Resilient and Integrated Development Project, GARID project, to fiscal controls imposed by the Ministry of Finance, raising fresh concerns about government's flood preparedness following the devastating floods that recently claimed lives and displaced thousands across the capital. So far, over 40 lives have been lost in this deadly June 29 floods across several communities, and more bodies are being recovered as the number of missing persons continue to escalate. And we are told that the latest implementation status report released in May 2026, the World Bank downgraded the project's implementation performance from satisfactory to moderately unsatisfactory. And
I need to say that there's a debate on this. So the diligence has given you their angle.
Okay.
If you listen to people like Franklin Kujo, they've been writing and saying that it's not accurate that the government of Ghana or Ministry of Finance delayed the GARID project, and they actually give a breakdown of how much was drawn down.
Right.
For example, 21% went into training between 2019 and 2024.
Huh? 20 what?
21%. That's 22 million.
We should know the people who did that
So,
decision.
according to Franklin Kujo's report, between 2019 and 2024, the period administration drew down 103 million from the World Bank's 350 million.
What were they training doing?
22 million went into training. 7.9 million, which is 7%, went on consultancies. 60 million, which is the lion's share, 59%, was diverted to COVID-related spending.
Hey!
1.6. This is a 3 days old story.
I know.
1.68 million. So when you're reading the gist story,
Yeah,
you need to
they
see
must come with
The
this.
ministers who
And
presided
this-
over
hold
that,
on.
we need to bring them back.
this weekend there's been some sort of war of words
Yeah.
between the two sides on
Yeah,
this.
COVID-19.
So my point is that there are various views around the specifics, and we have to find out the actual fact, get the report and
Yeah.
report on.
But let me draw your attention to two stories. They are giving all kinds of accounts about what exactly happened to the national capital. So one is on page 12 of the Ghanaian Times. The lead story says, "Stop building on hills now. Unchecked construction risks environmental disaster." So Professor Oting Obebio is quoted here as saying, now Stephen Birinkra reports for the Ghanaian Times that a senior urban planning expert, Professor Martin Oting Obebio, has urged the government to place an immediate ban on planned and uncontrolled residential development on hilltops. Now he warned that the country is sitting on a time bomb waiting to detonate soon. Now he explained that the indiscriminate clearing of vegetation on hills for housing was exposing communities to mud flows, landslides, and severe erosion, particularly as rainfall intensifies. Now, according to him, such practices are steadily creating the conditions for a major environmental disaster. Now, if you turn to a related story, again, lead story on the front page of the Chronicle says 100% tiling of compounds fearing floods. Now, the story by Jennifer Ambole on page 3 says the International Association of World Peace Advocates, Ghana chapter, has called for urgent action to address the country's recurring flooding, urging Ghanaians to change practices that contribute to the problem. Now, in an interview with the Chronicle, the country director of this particular group, Ambassador Dr. Samuel Attah-Mensah, said one of the major preventable causes of urban flooding is the excessive covering of residential and commercial compounds with concrete tiles.
Well, then Ghana needs bold leadership, not relief items. The government has been asked to be firm and bold in dealing with the perennial Accra floods that continue to destroy properties, displace citizens, and painfully claim precious lives by enforcing laws and implementing proactive measures. This is on this is an editorial from the Informer, quoting something like
Can you give me the
that.
two angles to the ex-NAFCO boss? Daily Guide and Herald seem to have the same story in different forms.
Page number 3, Gabriel Abdul Razak says lawyers for former Chief Executive Officer of the National Food and Buffer Stock Company Limited, NAFCO, Hanan Abdul Wahab Aludiba, have threatened to initiate contempt of court proceedings against the Attorney General, his deputy, and the Director of the Bureau of National Intelligence, BNI, following his arrest at the Accra International Airport. The lawyers say the latest development confirms their suspicion that the Attorney General and his deputy are the masterminds of frequent violations of court orders by law enforcement agencies and the persistent harassment of their clients. Mr. Aludiba, who is standing trial and is with his wife, Faiza Seiduwuni, for allegedly stealing and causing financial loss to the state amounting to 62.6 million Ghana cedis, was arrested at the airport in the late hours of July 4 when he attempted to travel to the UK for medical
I'm looking
reasons.
for the story from the former education minister.
I have it. Page 5 of the
on
Ghanaian
degrees.
Portal.
Yes, what's he saying?
So the story says some university courses are useless. Educhum criticizes jobless degree programs. The story on page 5 says the former Minister for Education, Dr. Yao Educhum, has criticized some university programs in Ghana, describing them as irrelevant to the country's labor market and calling for urgent reforms to align tertiary education with national development needs. Now, speaking on the Connected Minds podcast, Dr. Educhum argued that certain academic programs do not equip graduates with employable skills, leaving many young people with degrees but few career opportunities. Now, according to him, universities should be guided by national labor market assessments when designing academic programs instead of introducing courses that do not respond to the country's workforce requirements. There's a direct quote here that says, "You have done labor needs assessment for your country. You know that the country needs more engineers, more medical doctors, and more nurses. If you don't have a labor needs assessment that you are following, then what it means is that you are just educating everyone," he said. He goes on to provide further
For me,
details.
you need to listen to the full argument. It's a good debate to have, but some people on social media just take with a headline and then sort of
Is that
go to
development
town.
studies too is not useful?
To be fair, some of the examples are some way, but for me, the debate around the relevance, of course, is a good debate to have. Whether the examples he gives are the right examples is a separate issue.
Yeah.
But that is his view.
Yeah,
Well,
but the point
well.
is that people should not be insulting him because of this.
It's
Let me
important.
give you a very important story from our
the process.
Bawi community.
Oh,
So the story is on the front page of City Newsroom. Poor road conditions turn Kaswa Malam commute into 4-hour ordeal. Komna Wilson, who is our online editor who lives in the enclave, editing this
He's
story.
in the
Said,
thick of
motorists and commuters using the Kaswa Malam Highway, particularly the SCC Old Barrier Stretch and the Malam Johnson Corridor, are enduring worsening traffic conditions that have turned their daily travel into an exhausting ordeal lasting up to 4 hours. What could ordinarily be, or what should ordinarily be, a journey of less than an hour from Kaswa and surrounding communities into Accra has now stretched to between 3 and 4 hours each day, especially during peak morning and evening periods. The situation has left thousands frustrated, sleep deprived, and increasingly concerned about the loss of productive life. Indeed, somebody sent myself and Caleb a message at 3:24 a.m.
Yeah.
As
He
it
said
started-
that was the time he was leaving home.
at the center of the
Spending
challenge is
4
the
hours.
deteriorating SCC Old Barrier Stretch, where severe potholes, filled sections of the carriageway, and persistent flooding have reduced the once functional 3-lane highway into a single usable lane. I want to urge the road ministry to take this as an emergency and deal with it.
Yes.
It's not a long, I mean, they may have to give a long-term contract for the full road, but this bottleneck is
Quick
too much.
solution.
Exactly.
So we
Yeah.
are begging Agboja and Co.
Yeah.
SCC Old Barrier Stretch, please go and do something there.
I want to
There's
connect
more
the
traffic.
story.
Okay.
If you go to page 4 of the news center, workers advised to convert traffic time into work time. Salom Bobiji, right from Accra. The speakers at the 20th edition of the Timekeeping Dialogue series have advised Ghanaians to devise ways to make better use of hours they spend caught up in road traffic. Now, the series, a roundtable for conversations on workplace and societal productivity, was held under the theme Busy, Stressed, and Still Behind.
Oh, Charlie.
Rethinking productivity for the Ghanaian. Now,
How do you do that?
Amele
Stressed and
Asiedu,
still behind.
head of human resources at Ocean Network Express Ghana Limited, observed that transportation challenges are diminishing the quality of life of the Ghanaian worker. Now, she noted that many employees leave home early to avoid rush hour traffic, often resulting in sleep deprivation.
Yeah.
Now, so basically, they're saying that if you are in traffic, you should find a way of working. Now, the
Yeah.
question
How can
is-
you work in traffic?
yeah, because our buses are not, Wi-Fi compliant. We don't have trains that you sit on. So, you know what I mean? If you go,
Unless your work is selling, maybe you can sell in traffic or something. Let me do a quick one.
Yes.
There's a question here. Is opportunistic pricing driving inflation? Local price hikes outpace import by massive margins. A very aggressive analysis where High Street Journal says June inflation data reveals that local goods drove 8.6% of price hikes, suggesting that domestic opportunistic pricing, not global crisis, is fueling current inflation. Really good analysis.
Yeah.
The High Street Journal analyzed the numbers and found a staggering reality. Despite ongoing international disruptions, locally produced items accounted for a massive 86.6% of the increase in inflation. And when you look at the raw breakdown, the contrast is impossible to ignore. Inflation for locally produced goods rose to 6.7%, while inflation for imported items stood at 2.3%. There's also some good news. BOG has injected 2 billion cedis into the forex market.
Yeah.
As CD records first monthly gain of 2026. So information obtained by Joy Business indicates that the central bank sold $1.2 billion through its forex intermediation program.
Yeah.
And the amount was in line with the bank's monthly auction target. And the details suggest that for the first time in a few months,
Yeah.
the CD has gained against the
Bernard
dollar.
Agbogblosi, Medina Market cabbage failed safety test.
Mercy.
So a joint study conducted by the Ghana Standards Authority and the Center for Indigenous Knowledge and Organizational Development has revealed that 100% of cabbage samples tested from Agbogblosi and Medina Market failed safety tests. According to the report, the study conducted in June 2026 found that all cabbage samples collected from the two markets exceeded the established maximum residue levels for 8 different pesticide chemicals.
Who did the study?
Details on page 13 of Daily Guide by Ebenezer K. Amponsa.
You see why I'm always suspect of,
Cabbage.
cabbage and all these
Salads
vegetables
and
we
things.
produce in Accra. Especially with all the bad gutter water.
It is okay.
But that is the truth. I investigated and you played the report. I'm telling you the truth. So I've been advising people that avoid all these, questionable. There are people who produce elsewhere. Use them. Anyway, let me congratulate Margins Group. They are doing a wonderful job.
Gum ID.
Yes. Beyond Ghana, they are working in Gambia, and they have issued their first ID card for the president. And we hope that they will continue to represent us positively on
Thank
that.
you, Richard Sky. Thank you,
Yeah.
That was the Citi FM newspaper review segment. Coming up next is the City Business News.
Hey, Andra, challenge these days new level crown. Where did you pass?
Me, pass somewhere. I just switched for a better life. I switched for comfort. Look, your salary deserves better.
Switch?
Yeah.
How do you mean?
I switched my salary account to Fidelity Bank, and that's my jackpot. I get higher loan amounts with lower interest rates, as well as personalized financial support. They gave me a loan to expand my side hustle, and the terms are just flexible.
Wow.
Your salary deserves better.
Oh, my salary deserves better, Pa. You see the way you are smiling wide? Yes, I will switch and smile wider. Your salary deserves better. Switch to Fidelity Bank today and enjoy lower interest rate, car and home loan, personalized financial support, and a smile that lasts. Switch and smile wider. Fidelity Bank. Believe with us.
If I believe with us, Fidelity. If I know I need your side, Fidelity.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
City Business News with Netele Netiata. Good morning, Netele.
Good morning, Bernard, and you're welcome to the breakfast edition of the City Business News. Is brought to you by MTN, EcoBank, and Gold Good Energy. Coming up, government settles $700 million Eurobond debt ahead of schedule, and intra-African trade faces $120 billion annual finance gap. And later, government raises 3.16 billion Ghana cedis in T-bill auction, but misses target by 6.2%. Let's settle for the details now. Ghana's inflation rates could ease in July 2026, potentially dropping below the 5.3% recorded in June. That's according to a new outlook by Databank Research. The investment firm projects inflation to moderate to between 4.6% and 5% as seasonal factors begin to improve food supply conditions. Here is more. Databank says the anticipated slowdown will come ahead of the August harvest season, which is expected to increase the availability of food products and help contain price pressures across key markets. The research firm also points to easing petroleum prices as a major factor that could support lower inflation in the coming months. Combined with favorable base effects from July 2025 when consumer prices increased more sharply, the current year's inflation figures may appear relatively subdued. According to the report, the expected moderation is driven by month-specific factors instead of a broad-based quarterly trend, suggesting that inflation dynamics remain sensitive to developments in food supply and energy markets. The outlook comes after Ghana's inflation rate rose to 5.3% in June from 3.7% in May, marking the third consecutive monthly increase this year. The increase was attributed to higher fuel and utility costs as well as shortages in selected food staples. Databank, however, argues that services inflation played an even bigger role, driven by persistent increases in petroleum prices and utility tariffs. Non-food inflation accelerated from 4.1% to 6.3% year-on-year during the period. If the projections materialize, July could mark the first easing in inflation since the start of the recent upward trend, offering some relief to households and businesses ahead of the main harvest season. That was a business desk report. Now, government has settled a $700 million Eurobond debt obligation ahead of schedule, marking another step in its efforts to strengthen debt sustainability and restore investor confidence. According to the Finance Ministry, the payment was made on Thursday, July 2, and comprised $525 million in principal repayments and $174.8 million in interest. The settlement brings Ghana's total payments to Eurobond holders to $2.1 billion since January 2025 under the Eurobond debt exchange program. The ministry said the repayment was financed through planned funding arrangements without placing undue pressure on the country's foreign exchange reserves. Now, Africa's ambition to deepen trade within the continent could remain constrained unless governments and financial institutions close an annual financing shortfall estimated at between $80 billion and $120 billion. That's according to the 2026 African Trade Report released by the Afrexim Bank, which says limited access to trade finance has emerged as one of the biggest structural barriers preventing African business from fully participating in cross-border commerce despite expanding regional market opportunities under the AfCFTA. Here is more.
According to the report, the funding gap continues to restrict ability of businesses, particularly small and medium-sized enterprises to secure working capital, import production inputs, fulfill export orders, and scale operations across African markets. The report says the financing challenge is being reinforced by elevated sovereign risk perceptions, limited risk-bearing capacity among financial institutions, higher transaction costs, and persistent weaknesses in credit infrastructure across many African economies. It adds that while policymakers across the continent continue to push for deeper economic integration, the absence of adequate financing mechanisms threatens to slow the development of regional value chains and weakens efforts to industrialize African economies. The report further indicates that unlocking intra-African trade will require a shift from focusing predominantly on tariff reductions to building stronger financial systems capable of supporting production, exports, and cross-border transactions. Among its recommendations, the report calls for trade finance facilities, greater use of guarantees and blended finance instruments, and stronger participation by development financed institutions to reduce risk and unlock private capital for trade-related investment.
Emmanuel Opong filed that Business Desk report. Now, investor participation in the T-bill markets remained relatively robust last week. However, the Treasury bill auction closed below the government's financing target as the Treasury rejected a portion of bills priced too high. Results released by the Bank of Ghana show that investors submitted 4.16 billion Ghana cedis in bids across the 91-day, 182-day, and 364-day T-bill tenors. The Treasury also accepted 3.16 billion against a target of 3.37 billion, resulting in a funding shortfall of 207 million Ghana cedis. According to economic and fixed income analyst at Data Bank Wilson Zilevu, the outcome suggests that demand was broadly sufficient to meet the government's target.
Investors have been pricing in higher bids over the past 6 auctions. Cumulatively, within this window, the 91-day bill has risen by about 81 basis points from 4.9% to 5.7%, while the 364-day bill has increased by about 245 basis points from 10.4% to about 12.8%. So clearly, this strong upward adjustment in yields tells us one thing, that the Treasury has started trading some yield gains to meet its short-term funding needs. And this was clearly evident from the auction that was held on the 12th of June 2026, where given a target of 5.27 billion and a maturity profile of 3.38 billion, we saw the Treasury accept bids worth 8.29 billion. And that was clearly an intense liquidity or money demand signal in the eyes of competitive bidders, which means that higher yields will be priced in the near future. And that is what we are seeing. So the issue is not about weak demand, but rather a gradual repricing of expectations around near-term funding pressure.
Wilson Zilevu is a fixed and economic analyst at Data Bank. Now, moving on, the Food and Beverages Association of Ghana is asking government to immediately suspend the Ghana Standard Authority's Ghana Easy Pass program, warning it would increase the cost of doing business and drive up prices for consumers. The program, which took effect on July 1, requires selected imported goods to be inspected, tested, and certified in their country of origin before shipment to Ghana to ensure they meet local standards. Speaking to Citi Business News, FABAC Executive Chairman Reverend John Owuni argued that the policy is unnecessary, insisting existing regulatory agencies already carry out required inspections.
Importers will now have to be compelled to pay additional certification fees, incur extra administrative expenses, suffer shipment delays, and absorb higher compliance costs before goods even leave their countries of origin. These costs will inevitably be passed on to the Ghanaian consumer through the higher taxes. The ordinary Ghanaian will continue to pay higher prices. Businesses have barely recovered from the introduction of the AI publican system. The utility tariffs that have just been increased, we have barely recovered from that, and yet another layer of tax is being introduced. This is just way too much. We are hereby calling respectfully His Excellency the President to intervene and immediately suspend the implementation of the Ghana Easy Pass program.
That was the Executive Chairman of the Food and Beverages Association of Ghana, Reverend John Awuni. And that's it for the breakfast edition of the City Business News. It was brought to you by MTN, EcoBank, and Gold Good Energy.
Your attention, please. Flight C8 has been delayed.
Again. Madam, can you please point me to the water fountain? And please watch my back and phone whilst I'm gone.
You can be a traveler with infinite worries.
Hello, Mr. Anand. Your lounge access is ready and your seat is warm.
Or you can be a traveler with infinite privileges.
Champagne, sir?
The region or the drink.
Choose EcoBank's infinite privileges with an EcoBank Visa Infinite card. Access airport lounges worldwide, fast-track services, best-in-class daily limits, and enjoy other exclusive travel and lifestyle benefits. Infinite privileges await. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Introducing Ghana's leading pay-as-you-copy photocopier leasing company. Lease an A4, A3, heavy-duty or production machine and pay for only the copies made or design your own payment plan. Simple and tietia. That's not all. Incredibly, toners, repairs, maintenance, follow-me printing, centralized tracking all come free of charge. Remember, financial prudence is the name of the game. Folks, forget about the expensive gimmicks and be smart. Join the hundreds of satisfied clients across all the 16 regions and every sector of the economy and save over 60% of your printing costs. Visit us at www.valexlease.com or call 0244-644048. Be prudent and lease a copier. Terms and conditions apply. Valex Lease is a wholly owned Ghanaian company. Valex Lease, affordable document management solutions.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
L to the L to the L to the L. Hey. Help me make I know they talk much. I wanna be concise. We want to accommodate. Come make I be your bike. Working from 9 to 5. You go like my hand design. I'm scanning the whole area. The code I want to know.
12 after 7, 13 now after 7. Many thanks to Natele Nete for the breakfast edition of the City Business News, brought to you by MTN, EcoBank, and
on my mind. Bring all the joy on the side.
And well, now sometimes big moments begin with small things. A call to someone you love, a momo to help family, a bundle to grow your business. Now, what if those little moves could lead to something much bigger? With the MTN at 30 promo, every call, text, browse, momo transaction, home fiber connection, and activity on the My MTN app earns you points towards amazing rewards. Win one of 9 brand new Toyota Land Cruiser Prados. Share in over 10 million Ghana cedis in cash prizes, or enjoy unforgettable experiences made just for you. Every move counts, so just dial *530# or open the My MTN app. Join the MTN at 30 promo now. MTN at 30, make every move count. You know how money moves in Ghana, right? It's not just on payday. EcoBank knows that. And they connect you to the people who matter every day, because that's when money moves. EcoBank provides one seamless banking experience across 34 African countries. Our digital platforms instantly connect people, businesses, and opportunities across the entire continent. Pay bills, transfer funds, manage your finances anytime, anywhere. Just download the EcoBank mobile app, dial *770# or use EcoBank online and all our nationwide ATMs. EcoBank is the Pan-African Bank. It's time for kickoff. And guess who is here? Gabby Ofe joins us in the studio. Back from Boston, Sikanashi. Oh, my brother. Lachelle is saying that if you're ready to power up your finances and unlock your path to financial freedom, the Lachelle Fixed Deposit Solution is tailored just for you. With Lachelle's Fixed Deposit Solution, you're making your money work for you. Join the investment revolution with our Fixed Deposit Solution and take charge of your financial future. Call us now 0302-208-333. Learn more. Invest wisely. Invest with Lachelle. Lachelle, let's improve life. Now, are you imported boats and nuts delaying, or imported boats and nuts delay slowing down your projects? At 7-Eleven baseline boats and nuts, premium boats, nuts, washers, anchor boats, start boats, U-boats, and more are manufactured right here in Ghana. We also provide advanced coating and surface treatment solutions, including saline, PTFE, epoxy coatings, galvanizing, phosphating, corrosion protection systems, all for this demanding industrial applications. So whether you are in construction, mining, manufacturing, or oil and gas, you can count on faster delivery, shorter lead time, and a dependable supply of high quality boats and nuts proudly manufactured right here in Ghana. Call us 0557-126-501, 0544-967-307. 7-Eleven baseline boats and nuts, made in Ghana, made faster, made stronger. And the man, Gabi Affairs, back in the country. You are back from Abontin. Back to Ojakro. Welcome back, my brother.
This is Kanashi.
Yes, Kanashi, man.
Yeah.
How's the experience, man?
First off, the World Cup is very expensive. Yeah, if you're moving around the states in covering the Black Stars, especially you saw the concerns after the Black Stars qualified. Then the team had to move to Kansas City. If you were going by road, it means that you're doing 22 hours. If you're going by flight, I think it's about 3 to 5 hours. Yes. If you want to go by train, I think you're doing about 30 hours. So it involves a lot to move around the state. And look, it is what it is. I mean, it comes with the expanded tournament and 3 countries hosting it. And I think that's the stories we'll be dealing with going forward, because 2032 is the same situation where you have Portugal, Spain, and Morocco hosting. But the experience was top notch. Yeah, it was really good.
And the Ghanaians, the fans, the experience, the excitement.
A lot of it got to a point I actually lost count of the number of people who approached me and said that
Gabi,
they listen to us a lot. I mean, I actually lost count.
No, your fans are plenty.
I beg you, not just me. It's the city fans.
No, but so Black Stars, we are back home, or the players, they're going back to their...
I mean, some of the players will go back to their respective clubs. But yesterday I saw an update that Jordan Ayew arrived at the Accra International Airport. I mean, he's a free agent, Leicester City.
Right.
His contract with Leicester expired on June 30 before the World Cup even started. So I'm not surprised he's back into the country. But the rest of the players, including Carlos Queiroz himself, I'm not too sure that they would be here. I mean, I don't know what the update.
They'll go straight to their home.
Yeah, the update from the GFNF Sports Ministry will be moving forward.
I saw a love letter from our coach. Is it safe to say
you call it a love letter? I call it a cryptic message because
because it's telling us something.
Yeah, but look,
winning the game is not just on the pitch.
Exactly. And I like that part. There is a lot of work to be done around, and it's not just about the Black Stars. Yeah. It's about Ghana football. And you see, we go to tournaments, and depending on how we fare, sometimes, some way, somehow, peppers the cracks that we do have, and then we forget about it. And I'm sure Queiroz in the last 3 months, because he's done 11 weeks here, 3 months or so, he's seen a lot, especially from the top hierarchy of the Ghana Football Association, and how we do our things in this part of the world. The man is an experienced manager. He's about 73 years. He's a journeyman. He's traveled across. And I'm pretty sure that what he's come here to see, if you interview him or you speak to him, he will tell you that, look, there's a lot of work to be done. And that's what he put in that message on Facebook.
Charlie, but that game, I don't know. A lot of people think that our showing was really poor.
I agree. I think it's the worst I've seen him coach a team. I agree. I didn't like the starting 11 he put out. I don't know what the game plan was. But look, later it came back to bite us. And then, look, that goal we conceded. as soon as we lost Marvin Senaya, and then I think it's a total defensive collapse on the part of the team, not just one player to blame for, because you look at where the ball came from Luis Suarez, whips in, tries to whip in a first cross, it takes a block, and then he does it again. Everybody was just sleeping on the job, including the goalkeeper. Poor marking. So look, I mean, it is what it is. Let's not forget, before the tournament, Kyrgios said something, and other people are forgetting it, is that he said that his objective is to take this team to the round of 32.
And he did that.
And he's done that. So I don't understand why people are upset. I understand why people are upset, but we are forgetting where this team was.
Initially, we didn't have so much hope.
Exactly, 7 games before Kyrgios came in. We had done 7 games. No win, conceding a lot. He came in, he did the most important thing was stop that concession rate.
Yeah.
And a lot of Ghanaians were excited after that game against England. Not because we played well, but because of that defensive masterclass we put out. So, look, he's done his part of the job. Now we'll still have to be...
So we are back to the coach market, looking for one. What kind of coach should we look for?
The GFA is actually yet to release a statement to that effect, and to also confirm, I mean, the coach departure. But
the GFA, people are calling for a ban and restructuring of it. But let's get some updates on other games. Round of 16, England, Norway, man.
Yeah, that was a really good game. A really good game. It was England taking on Mexico.
Yes.
And then Norway beating France. So England, Norway will
progress to the next
in the quarterfinals. But I want to quickly start on the Norwegian performance against Brazil. I told one of my colleagues that I think this Brazilian team, it's one of the less talented teams that I've seen, and I'm not surprised they bow out in that fashion. But you look at that performance from the Brazilian team, it was all Norway in the first half and in the second half, very clinical up front, and then they have Haaland. They are very unassuming. You don't really you struggle to tell what kind of team will show up, and it showed on the pitch. You look at the XG, I think it went in favor of Norway. They had 5 shots on target, 2 good chances fell on the part of Haaland. He converted everything, and that was the 2 goals that gave Norway the edge over Brazil.
But Morocco won their game.
Yeah, Morocco are already through. Morocco beat Canada. Yeah,
the host nation.
Morocco beat Canada by 3 goals to 0. So Morocco will now be facing France.
Wow.
2018 champions. That's a very big game. But Morocco have shown in the last tournament that when it comes to the giant slayers, they know how to do it. Because the last tournament they beat Spain. I think there was Portugal in there, and I think Belgium. Now let's see if they can do another one against France later when they face them in the round of 16. It should be a very.
I should just quickly say that I saw the heroes welcome the players from Cabo Verde received when they landed back home. Congratulations, great job, Cabo
unprecedented. To do that at the World Cup, your first time at the World Cup. I think massive credit to their head coach, Pedro Litao, aka Bubista. I think he's done a very great job to carry this team, and I really think that based on this, the next 4 years, if they come back, they should be a different team.
Absolutely.
Because now they have the experience. And I think we should watch out for them on the African continent. I mean, the AFCON.
Yeah. So let me take you back though. Why was Benjamin Asari taken off, replaced by Atizigi? I'm talking about goalkeeping in the last game.
Look.
Because I thought Asari was really doing good.
This is what I always say, that the goalkeeping department and the defensive unit is a very sensitive area you really cannot be toying with. If it's Atizigi as your number 1, you stick with that. If it's Benjamin Asari as your number 1, you stick with that. But I think that before even the first game against Panama, the first choice goalkeeper was always going to be Benjamin Asari because of World Cup experience. And then he picked up an injury against Panama. And then Asari came back into the sticks, did an okay job against England, and then he was back. The coach stuck with him for the game against Croatia.
Yeah.
So the report from camp was that Atizigi was fine. Even before the Croatia game, there were certain reports that Atizigi was going to start, but he stuck with Asari. And then the final game, you go back to Atizigi. I just think that it didn't help because I mean, like I said, I think it was just down to what the reports were, that the goalkeeper was fine, but I don't think it helped. It's one place that you cannot be
but
changing.
I also
and
saw the
stats
that he had saved a number of shots on target. And
I think they did a ranking top 10. He was ranked 5th. Yeah, he was ranked 5th with the shots that he had saved. But look, there's a lot of work to be done on this team. A lot of work.
As we return. Hopefully that work will be done. But what are the other games left in the round of 16?
Today there's another big game to look forward to. There is Portugal taking on 2010 champions in Spain. Should be a really good game. Portugal themselves
and Spain.
Yeah, Portugal. Portugal themselves, look, they've not been too good at the tournament. Ronaldo, I think he scored in the last game. He didn't score in the group stage. A lot of pressure on him. The Spanish team also are getting into the best shapes. They started in the group stage, not too well. Capo Verde held them to a goalless draw. And then they bounced back against Saudi Arabia and also beat Uzbekistan in that game, and they progressed. So it really should be a good game. That game will be happening at 7 p.m. today and will be live on Channel 1 TV. If they progress, then it means that they get to face the other teams in the round of 16. So lots of good games to come up.
That's good. Charlie Gabi, so the jerseys we've ordered and those on the way and the plenty, what should we do with the jerseys now?
Please keep them for the AFCON qualifiers. The AFCON qualifiers starts in September 21, so you can still wait. Yeah, but at this point, you have to get your coach sorted before you can think about where the
Welcome back, Gabi Affair.
Thank you, bro.
Good to see and hear from you on the City Breakfast Show. That was kickoff.
If you need unique services, innovative financial solutions, we deliver on our promise, cause we are number one. Let's go, we improve your life. Let's go, let's go, hey, mama, hey, mama, hey, mama. Even when you're stuck with nothing, no matter your situation, let's go, we improve your life. Let's go, let's go, let's go, hey, mama, hey, mama, hey, mama. Let's go, we improve your life.
You can't tell what your baby will become or what his interest will be. You can provide your growing babies with yummy goodness. Yumvita is a delicious cereal for your baby. Oh yeah, older ones love it too. Yumvita is filled with yummy goodness for growing babies and is available in other yummy variants. Yumvita, a delicious way to grow. This advert is FDA approved.
The contract is here, but my pocket flat like a football with no air.
Don't stress. That is why DCI Microfinance is here for you.
DCI? What magic can they do?
No magic, just real solutions. With your contract and LPO financing, you can deliver on time. And when you're waiting on payments, their invoice and certificate discounting puts cash in your hands quickly. Their loans are fast, simple, and reliable.
So no more borrowing for my father-in-law? Now, that's a blessing.
Exactly. Call them now on 0577 669346. DCI Microfinance. Miles beyond the extra.
Careful, Charlie. Turn up small, make it past the door. Yes, like that. Yo, my guy, what is happening? Hey, you get new TV. Charlie, major upgrade for the tournament season. Oh, this your TV there. The only way I go watch matches for your house. Oh. How much you buy them? I don't buy them. I win them from the Samsung Win Big promo. Hey, you make serious? How? Simple. I buy my Samsung Galaxy phone from an authorized dealer. Where I visit www.samsung.txtghana.com. Where I enter my details to enter the draw. Then boom, I win this 85-inch Samsung TV. Charlie. Way more prices today. Galaxy phones, tablets, watches, fridges, washing machines, and more every week. Then I go buy Samsung with that.
This promo is on from now till July 3rd. Buy a Samsung Galaxy device and stand the chance to win exciting Samsung prizes every week. This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Carters Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply.
Parents, you've worked hard to give your child the very best future. With a 90% graduate employment rate in the first 6 months of graduation, that future could be right here at Lancaster University, Ghana, the only British branch campus in sub-Saharan Africa. The same globally recognized UK degree, accredited to the highest international standards, all within a modern learning environment. Applications are now open. Visit lancaster.edu.gh to apply today. Lancaster University, Ghana, a global degree at your doorstep.
Hey, the day is getting closer. Which day? The Omni Basic Health Walk, of course. I've already marked my calendar, set my alarms, and added reminders.
Is it that serious?
Shit, very serious. I never miss it because every edition gets bigger, exciting, and packed with something new.
So what's the secret? Why are you always there?
Simple. It's a full health reset for me. Also, the exhibition. Businesses get opportunity to sell their products for free. And me, I get to shop at great discounts. And let's not forget the networking. You meet people and make valuable connections. In fact, this is where Ghana connects.
Okay, you've convinced me. So when and where?
Join me and thousands of Ghanaians on Saturday, 11 July at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium, starting promptly at 5:30 a.m.
This is great. I'm going to join you this time.
Mark the date, set your reminders. Don't miss the Omni Basic Health Walk because better health starts here.
Omni Basic Bank, not just another bank.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is City 97.3.
Susubribi pebi, Pabwa Ghana, Nakana Beyo, Eyo, Efreminwaro. Susubribi pebi, Pabwa Ghana, Nakana Beyo, Eyo, Efreminwaro. Mama woman swear, Mama Yefebia Kuya, the Ondo, and Fansumi and many. Now many, Yakasara Yapadea, Yanana no di Abebre said it to Maya. Ain't you a 7 said, yes, I'm gonna and yes, I bet that you chiliba, Baba Bibuyan for
The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise. This is the City Breakfast Show. The city's biggest conversation.
So baby, Pabwa Ghana, Nagana Bayo, and you live in tomorrow. Batana, Yamieshra no da Wamanu near my penny nara, Nawama no. Eyasa se Batana, Empe Opo, Ejia Hobueni, Nebibia Siasubia. Intia Seminole said, Yasum Gane.
A belated happy birthday to Mr. Peter Attah-Mensah Bonsu. Saturday 4 July was your birthday. Happy birthday to you, Omane, who's the business development manager here at Citi FM and Channel 1.
Yesterday was the birthday also of head of sports Na Kwama Siaumafo. Happy belated birthday.
Too much.
Yeah, man.
Too much.
Pray God's blessings upon your life.
He's our sports editor here at Citi FM and Channel 1.
Yes.
Kwams, have a fantastic belated happy birthday.
Sharp.
Happy birthday to Emmanuel Clifford Akabudi, who is the presiding elder of Anchor English Assembly of the Church of Pentecost, I think it is.
Yes.
And also the CEO of Impact Industries Limited. Emmanuel Clifford Akabudi. Happy birthday to Kiran Kofi Ewuku Harrison Ado. You're 6 years old. You attend Aspire Educational Complex Okrasi Koforidia. This is from your parents, your brother Kwabna Techi, and the entire family. May the Lord bless you and give you more knowledge and wisdom. Also wishing a glorious and happy birthday to daughter Abena Bimpoma of Ghanaian East Hospital. I pray God's favor and light upon her life from her dad Onyamiba Kwesi. Another one, belated birthday to the above professors of Praise Presby Church Oyibi, Professor Ernest Kenu and Professor Felicia Enin. This is from Kwesi Adoboy Oyibi Presby. Is it Oyobi or Oyibi? I'm sure I did Oyibi. Professor Ernest Kenu. Belated birthdays to you. You are there. Okay, he says Oyobi Presby. Is there any place in Ghana called Oyobi?
It's either Ojobi or Oyibi.
It's O-Y-O-B-I.
Ojobi.
Okay, so maybe the spelling is a bit of a challenge. A few more coming through to here. Happy birthday to Umboti Wagunji. This is from Seth to Umboti Wagunji. And from Sen to Sen, some of these birthday wishes are very interesting. The Agbenyaka family wish Julia September Nunana Awito, a miraculous daughter of the family, a happy birthday. She's 2 years old today. May the Almighty grant her longevity, good health, and success in life. From the father Jacob Agbenyaga Awito and the mother Sarah Pokoa. They live at Asokore in Koforidia. Today is also the birthday of one of our favorite people here.
Yep.
Magdalene Wepia Williams. Yeah, I call her the City Anywhere girl.
You know, and she's glowing in red this morning. I saw her.
Yeah.
When you say Anywhere girl or Anywhere boy, it's basically they do anything, but she's in the programs and events department, but she does so much more.
Yeah.
Wepia Williams.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to you.
Yeah.
I'm sure she'll storm the studio one of these days to talk about literacy challenge.
No, it'll be deadly challenge. You know,
she has the keys.
Allah, challenge where the model to on the side.
No, too much. Williams.
She's the pearl of the north.
I tell you.
Yeah, challenge Wepia, that be the whole matter. So just enjoy. We did your back.
I tell you, we support you, Madeline. Keep it up. All right, so a couple of things to do before we get into what we discuss. I think there are a number of things calling attention. The Black Stars are out, but it doesn't seem like big news.
Really?
Because it happened around 1:30 a.m. So it was a very quiet Ayashian. So it didn't really register like the previous ones. And of course, it's the first time we've been in a knockout of a World Cup since 2010. So you can count that as a success. But also, if you look at the fact that we had only 4 shots on target, scored only 2 goals. That's another one. But we can deal with that. We'll probably use the article Godfrey sent to discuss what this means. But I saw another article which I thought was more relevant to today than even the fact that we are out. Now, the article was written by Yaon Sako, and it says, football and open defecation rates. Development must be holistic.
Yes.
Football and open. I thought it was an interesting article because it was very short, but very, very provocative.
Open defecation.
Yeah, he said, many who know me well are aware that I consider a decent public sanitation to be a grand marker of civilization. My view remains that if we do better in life overall, or in more prosaic terms, if we meaningfully develop our societies, our football crazy continent will achieve more. That, to me, is the real lesson from Morocco's rise as a football power. Sanitation is not the cause of football success. Rather, it is a visible proxy for the broader institutional competence, public investment, and social development that sustained sporting excellence requires. Let me read it again. Sanitation is not the cause of football success. Rather, it is a visible proxy for the broader institutional competence, public investment, and social development that sustained sporting excellence requires. Every nation that has reached the 2026 World Cup round of 16 has first crossed a remarkably high threshold in basic sanitation. Now, that alone does not guarantee a nation a place among the elite. And this is not being presented as a grand scientific theory. It is, however, worthy of note that no nation with an open defecation rate above 2.5% appears on the list below. Read the data, interpret it, and draw your own conclusions. What we do with the evidence is up to us. Then he concludes, you cannot climb a mountain with broken sandals. So as of the time this article was published, he used 2025 open defecation rates. Canada, Brazil, Norway, France, Mexico, UK, England, Belgium, US, Spain, Portugal, Switzerland, Egypt, all had 0% open defecation, which means that if you go to the country, nobody defecates
0%.
Competent and excellent toilet.
Yeah, this is this is correlation, not causality. Then Morocco, which is the African country apart from Egypt in that group, open defecation is 0.0546%. So which is less than 0.1%. Right. Then you have Paraguay, 0.34% open defecation. Argentina, 1.58%. Colombia, 2.09%.
Right.
Now it says some remote round of 16 teams have eliminated open defecation entirely. Only Argentina and Colombia are above 1%, and even those levels remain low by global standards. Source: WHO, UNICEF, Joint Monitoring Program. Caleb, check Ghana's open defecation rate. Now, why is this important? Football is great to show a nation's spirit, the way we play. But I think the biggest part of this article for me is that sanitation is a visible proxy for the broader institutional competence, public investment, and social development that sustains sporting excellence. So powerful. I think it's something you said last week, that how you do anything is how you do everything. I think you said something like that.
No, you're right. That's what I said.
Something like that. Yeah. How you do anything is how you do everything. So you can't expect a country that cannot eliminate open defecation to have sustained excellence in sport, because what you require to bring open defecation or any other social ill down is the same set of things. And he gives the three: institutional competence, public investment, social development. So this is not even a football conversation, it's a development conversation. All right. And I like the fact that he doesn't theorize to make it a causality, but the correlation is very striking, a very strong correlation. Right? And I think we should think about that. I think last week somebody was saying you can't expect sustained football excellence from a Black Stars when the sporting arrangement around football development, infrastructure within sport, is not meritocratic and it's not excellent. You can't expect a team, and it's not even just about the football, stadiums, corruption in the game, refereeing, match day, the business of football. If you don't organize to make it, if you can't show excellence in the grassroots organization of football, it will be a big jump to expect that team will go and win the World Cup. I mean, you can have a lot of ability, but ability requires structure. All right. Talent requires discipline. Ability requires structure. So you can have a gifted kid. He may do very well in the exams because he's naturally gifted. But if you don't start structuring his gift, he will destroy himself. All right. So I think the football fever is coming down. And if you come to even the football discussion around our performance, I think we overachieved. Because if you look at the team that seriously, we overachieved. Yeah. If you look at the Godfrey's article says, if you look at the ambivalence that people had for the Black Stars 3 weeks of the tournament,
serious indifference,
and the fact that this coach has managed to put these boys together, organize them enough to draw against England. So he believes that we raised the bar high after the England game, expecting to do much more,
forgetting that our engine is not strong,
and that the team has seriously overachieved based on all that we know about the team before they went into the tournament. So we should pick the lessons from there. And he does a football argument on what should do. But I feel like the Yansako argument is a very strong argument for the morning. that, and I want to give another angle to it. So let me repeat this argument. He says, you can't expect sustained excellence in sport if you don't have the social organization, the institutional competence, and public investment required to develop sport. Let's flip that to our expectations. Why should you expect your team to be among the top 8 in the world in football when you are not among the top 8 in the world in anything else? Do you understand? Like literacy, child mortality, open defecation, or any of the things that you really need in life. You are not in the top 10 of any. And yet you want to be in the top 10 of football. Which one is more important? Give me a nation where women don't die when they go and deliver, where people are not doing open defecation, and basic childhood killer diseases are not killing people. I prefer that to a nation that wins the World Cup.
5.4 million of Ghanaians are engaged in open defecation. That's 18% of the national population.
18%?
Yes. Open defecation rate rises to about 31.3%.
Are you serious?
Yeah. So that's the UNICEF Ghana figure we have on sanitation and water for all. This is very current. This is
Charlie, it's high. So almost 1/5 of Ghanaians don't have a proper toilet. So what I'm trying to say is that not to say football is not good and not to say that we shouldn't discuss football. But if you expect your team to be among the top 16 in the world in football, you should also expect all the other matrices. And I think there are some more important matrices than football.
2025.
Infant mortality, maternal mortality, open defecation rate, adult literacy rate generally. All those things.
Discipline generally.
Measurable things. All those things. For me, my key here is that the expectation Ghanaians have and the attention they pay to football. Like Kakra, you can be walking in Medina on a Black Star Ghana match, and it's almost like a cemetery. Everybody's standing by a TV watching. It's the passion of the nation. Everybody is watching the game. A lot of people woke up to watch the match. Okay, so who has trained us to expect football success, but has not trained us to expect that we should be successful in other things? How did we get here? That we don't think that when 18% of our people are doing number 2 in the bushes, we are not tracking that. That's, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. You take it up.
So
Kakra,
you've taken me.
If I may, I just want to read something which would just give you further firepower. That's not to say that I agree with everything you guys are saying. HKC Prempe Prof posted this a couple of days ago, 18 hours ago. He says Cape Verde or Cabo Verde and Ghana are both democracies with 2 strong parties. But CV, which is Cabo Verde, is a far better governed country than we are. The difference shows also on the field of play. Our team's performances and attitudes are a reflection of who, what, and where we are.
And then the last one to add to what you said, a friend of mine.
I've not spoken.
To give the foundation, he says Carlos Queiroz leaves Ghana with one final warning. Talent is not a football plan. Talent is not a football plan. Yeah. So I'm sure you want to add something to
that. So you guys, this has been my position, which unfortunately in some instances was misconstrued as me being against the Black Stars. Right from when you sacked the previous coach, when the Otuado, and I said Black Stars were not going to get anywhere. But I wasn't saying it, to sort of dash the hopes of Ghanaians or ridicule the Black Stars. But that, if you remember, I said our management of football that did not place the Black Stars in a position to meet the expectations that we had. And perhaps I thought that Sky will not agree with me, but I thought that some of our expectations were a bit unrealistic, that we were going to the final, etc. We have not made such investment.
We're just excited.
You see, and excitement is not enough, which is what this outgoing coach is saying, that Similarly, talent alone is not enough. These gentlemen that we send to the to the World Cup, are very well talented. We've seen them exhibit their talent in club football, etc. But we have failed the things you listed, the infrastructure, the governance, the management, the corruption, we have failed to do those things properly. And once again, I will say that if you fail to do one thing properly, which Caleb just cited, 18% of the population engages in what? Open defecation. How are we going to expect excellence with sports at the global level?
It's a big question.
It's a big question. And I feel the message Sky just read is also significant and speaks to what we are talking about. We need to get to the point where, for me, it starts with self-governance. How do we govern ourselves as individual Ghanaians? We are led by indiscipline, and we call that liberties. You famously crafted it as indiscipline masquerading as liberty, as freedom. Okay, I don't believe that freedom or liberty, being free, is doing what you want. I think that freedom comes with a certain discipline, and if we fail to appreciate that discipline is embedded in freedom, then no wonder we are where we are. No wonder our cities are engulfed with plastics and all sorts of waste. No wonder there's flooding when it rains.
Seriously.
We need to renew our mindset, and we need to reimagine the Ghanaian, who the Ghanaian is. Somebody who believes in excellence and works towards that. And if we take one thing, if we take our sanitation and we fix that, we decide to all exhibit excellence, to exhibit responsibility, then we can transcend that culture to everything else.
How you do anything is how you do everything. That really stayed with me. How you do anything is how you do everything. So you actually look at the little things.
Yes.
Which is why when you see in developing like a child, if a child starts like he dresses up, he leaves his towel on the floor, he leaves his shoes. Actually, if you don't help this guy at this age, by the time he reaches age, because those little things show visible signs. So you can come to a country and see how we manage with refuse, how we punish crime, how we follow through on issues. And then you see whether it runs through the nation's DNA. Okay, so I think it's a really great reminder. The 18% is really shocking though. So 5 million Ghanaians do notification.
That's at 2025.
What you can do for me is, before we come back, track the number. How have we improved? Okay, because I think it was much higher in the past. And what have we done to deal with that? Let me do a few things to pay my bills. So listeners, we are not trying to dampen your football enthusiasm this morning. We want you to channel your sadness about the Black Stars to say we can do better in many things. And in fact, if we start doing better in those other things, football will also pick up. Because as Yaun Sanko says, the same framework you need to make your nation a success in sport is the same elements: institutional competence, public investment, social development. I can't get my own. Institutional competence. So
institutional competence.
Public investment, and social development. It's like a whole PhD thesis. All right, let me talk about a couple of quick things. Experience the hassle-free banking you've been craving with the all-new CBG mobile app. So the new CBG mobile app has been designed for convenience, meaning that you can do real-time banking, get real-time alerts, stay informed, all within the same platform. Now, it's on the Google Play Store and also on the iOS shop. Call 0302-216-000 or email talk-to-us@cbg.com.gh or visit our social media platforms. Terms and conditions apply. CBG, we stand with you. In the world moving towards sustainability, SuperSem Cement is leading the way with LC3 technology, an eco-friendly innovation making us Ghana's best choice. Choose SuperSem Superfast 32.5 hour for plastering, mortar, screeding, and block laying. Use our heavy-duty SuperSem Superpower 42.5 hour for durable foundations, coastal works, and high-rise structural works. SuperSem dries fast, is waterproof, and prevents moisture damage and powdery walls. Call 055-3060-517. SuperSem, build your dream. Pambo Salt Industries has been in existence since 1958. And we've introduced the latest product, which is the Pambros Refined Iodized Salt, now available in 250 grams and 500 gram sachets. Just a pinch of Pambros Refined Iodized Salt brings out the taste of the food. Pambros Refined Iodized Salt is available in all major markets, supermarkets, and local provision shops nationwide. Reach us on 0302-335-114 or 0266-823-589. Pambros Iodized Salt, Kitwa Bipeti Adiemu. This is difficult. This advert is FDA approved. I'm more used to Kitwa Bienswa. Kitwa Bipeti Adiemu. Yeah. Yumvita Infant cereal with milk is making feeding time easy and rich with 16 essential vitamins and minerals. You only need to add previously boiled water. We have the wheat, the rice, the maize, all for an exciting price of just 5 cedi 50 pesos. This is real value for money, affordable, nutritious, and convenient. Yumvita, good nutrition for a strong start. Our WhatsApp number is 053-998-6996. Translight Solar is here to help you with consistent, reliable power supply every single day with no interruptions and no surprises. Our smart solar solutions are designed to keep your lights on, your appliances running, and your operations moving while helping you cut down electricity costs. We are offering exclusive installation discounts starting at 34,000 cedis only with flexible payment options. Call 0256-040838 or visit translightsolar.com. Translight Solar, reliable power, total peace of mind.
Now, every dream has a home. Welcome to Heritage Christian University, located in Amasaman behind the Olympic Stadium. At Heritage, you are assured of value-driven education that prepares you for the world of work. Our students are challenged to turn ideas into businesses that feed families and employ communities. Admission is in progress for a wide range of undergraduate and graduate programs. 0547-777-731 is the number to call. hcu.edu.gh is our website. Visit for more information. Heritage Christian University, educating compassionate entrepreneurial leaders. Zenith Bank says stay alert. Shine your eyes when someone calls claiming to be from Zenith Bank. Fraudsters can sound professional, confident, and convincing. They may ask you to confirm your account details to help resolve a supposed problem or secure your account. Remember, Zenith Bank will never ask for your PIN, password, or OTP over the telephone, email, or via any channel. If a caller asks for this information, do not share it. End the call immediately and contact Zenith Direct on 054-2000-111. Shine your eyes, spot the fraud, stop the fraud. This is a message from Zenith Bank in partnership with the Ghana Association of Banks.
I want to say a big good morning to Francis Degbo. He got married over the weekend at the Holy Family Catholic Church.
Yeah, man.
It was such a joy to have Francis and his beloved tie the knot. And it was such a beautiful ceremony. Francis, congratulations. I wish you a successful marriage. And may you and your wife prosper. I'd like to say good morning to friends at the Holy Family Catholic Church. Nice old church in Mataheko. Beautiful campus. They have a huge compound for school.
Beautiful.
They've done so well. So they have a basic school. They also have another school. Like they have about 3 schools on the compound in addition to the church. And the place is so well kept and so neat. I used their washroom and I was so impressed. I said, Holy Family Catholic Church, you are doing something right.
Exactly.
And I saw some of the kids playing on the park.
Awesome.
Really good. Because an old structure near Matayeko, Aboseo Kain, but very well kept indeed. So, Holy Family, congratulations. And Francis Degbo of Ketasku. You know Francis Degbo is from your side. He grew up in your...
be my mom.
He's a Dansoman boy, but he went to Ketasku. He used to... good morning to my good friend.
Congratulations to the family.
Paul Adjasu.
Produce more family.
Paul Adjasu, who was his best man, who's the younger brother of my very good friend Mauli Adjasu.
Oh, beautiful.
Congratulations to Francis and his lovely wife.
Yes.
Have a successful marriage.
Yes.
All right, so do you let me ask listeners a question. Do you think Mr. Nsanku is taking this issue too far? Small football will lose. He's now doing development theory. It's
But you just said the little things matter.
I know. I just want people's view, because sometimes people just want to they want to vent about the football. But I think what you and Francis, you and the others are saying is, I know what, football is great, but it's just a reflection of broader things. So if you really want to do well in football, any other thing, build stronger institutions, invest properly in things that matter, and socially develop. By the way, what's the figure for open defecation maybe 20 years ago?
So it's been around 20% since the year 2000. So in the year 2000, 20%. If you come to other years, 2001, 20%, and then so it started coming down.
So it's 18% today.
Yes, it's 18.
That
now.
means we haven't made progress in 25 years.
Yes. So by 2008, it was 19%. Then it came further down. So we are still around.
You know what I can say? If you can find what it was between, say, 1980 to 1990,
right?
1992, because you see, if between 2000 and 2026 it's moved down only 2%, it also means that the way we are governed in this democracy is not working. But it could also mean that it's not a governance issue, but it's attitudinal issue.
But it comes back to governance issue because somebody has to regulate how we all behave.
Not direct governance. What I'm trying to say is that maybe we need a social campaign around open defecation beyond. Okay.
Still led by governance.
Let me phrase the question. Is it a lack of toilets that's making people do open defecation, or just a preference for open defecation? Maybe that's the question I should be asking, right? Is it a lack of enforcement of rules, or just people deciding that, Charlie, I want free air? You know what I'm saying? So because
I think it will be a mixed bag.
The reason I'm saying is, you see, if you look at the open defecation numbers maybe 50 years ago, it obviously was much higher, and it has come down to 20% in 2000, and it stayed around the same figure for 25 years. Could it be that in the past 25 years, look, people are using AI? I mean, knowledge has increased to a point where people in rural, look at mobile phone penetration.
Mm-hmm.
You get it? If every citizen has a mobile phone, how come 20% of citizens are still doing open defecation? Don't you think toilet is more important than phone?
I think it's
wait. Between you said toilet, between having a good toilet and having a phone, which one is better? Toilet is a fundamental human right. Like you have to,
but it comes back to what we value.
If you don't have a proper toilet, what are you doing with the phone in your hands?
It comes back to what we value.
So how do you have mobile phone penetration of more than 100% and open defecation of 20%? There's something wrong there.
But well, you see, I think we shouldn't be simplistic on this matter. It requires a lot more rigor and integrating many things into the arguments in order to come to a conclusion one way or the other, that one is somewhat responsible for the other. The reason I argue that is that, of course, Japan has crashed out of the World Cup. It is not because they don't have the best of, public toilet facilities. Finland hasn't qualified. It's one of the most properly governed, countries in the whole of the world, in Europe. There are many other examples.
You are trying to use the exception to disprove the...
Exactly.
Don't mind me. Hold on. The correlation is there. We are not saying that. You see, that's why we didn't say causality. So we didn't say that you need to be...
You were clear. The line was clear.
I don't know. I'm saying I'm just pushing the other side of the argument, which is to say that there are general issues that we are using to deal with specific matters. But back to the substance of the issue I want to. But why are you disturbing my thoughts? You see, I think that you asked a question, and it is a very strong question that you've asked. Ask me.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you go to our courts, and I say this without any disrespect to our, our judiciary and our courts. And I say this because I think that we need to do better. You go there, you have goods you want to discharge, but you are compelled by reason of the state of some of these facilities to hold them intact.
Yes,
that's right. These are very serious. Very serious matters I'm stating. You are compelled to keep them. Demorage will catch you, and you get back before you do your business, because you go into the space and you are like the thing.
You are discombobulated
immediately. Now, that is in an institution or an arm of government that should have the best of facilities to facilitate some of these, human living. But for some reason, because a number of things are not done properly, the governance structures are in some cases not functional, then you have these problems. The same thing, you go to some offices, although they have the facility, people simply cannot use them because the facilities are not in good state. Now, if you reduce that to the local level, there are people who ordinarily would want to pay 1 Ghana cedi in order to use a public toilet. But they are compelled not to go there because they go in, by the time they're coming out, their clothes are smelly. Now, the question you ask yourself is it a question of people deciding? Is it attitudinal? No. In that case, it may be driven by some other considerations. So what you need to do is, yes, where you don't have it, can we work towards providing for the people? And where you have it, is there a way we can ensure that it is almost always in a state that people can conveniently walk into those places and say, look, I'm doing my business and I'm leaving with dignity. But where there are conflicting issues, people will be driven to say that, well, let me prioritize. You are going to sit in a public toilet.
So, Sky, let's come back to this. Let's come back to it. So you're saying that there are many reasons why people are doing openification, which is true. Which is, I think Kakra also agrees. What we are trying to say is that you cannot delink that from good governance. Because it's a target like zero openification is a measurable, globally comparable standard of how well the people are governed. Yeah. So whether it's the people's attitude or lack of the toilets is a governance outcome. Okay. Yeah. And then the person is saying that the same intentionality you need to achieve that development metric is what you require to achieve success in sport. That does not mean that countries that have that will all be successful in sport, because there's also talent. You get it? So that's why what we were doing initially I was some way. But the thing I'm trying to say is that the argument is very clear that if we don't improve the way we are governing, which is why the 2000 figure is critical. And I think Caleb should find out for us what the figure was maybe 30, 50 years before. Because if between the year 2000 and 2026, 25 years, you've only reduced openification by 2%. And this is probably the time where most people have said we've had a stable democracy. We've had a democracy that is respected because we've changed governments. Rawlings went, Kufuor came, Kufuor went, Mills came, Mills went, Mahama came, Mahama went, Akufo-Addo came, Akufo. You know what I'm saying? So people are like, you guys have a system that works. Yet in 25 years, you've only reduced openification by 2%. Is it that it's not important to you, or that you don't know how to achieve it? Because if globally it's a comparable standard, how come a civilized nation 20% of people are still doing openification? That cannot be right. We'll come back to it.
At the time that we were winning.
No, I'm not arguing. I'm
not saying it's right. I'm just asking a question so that we can all think about it. When the Black Stars were performing well and we won African, Cabs 4 times, right? We're told. Those years.
That was before you were even born.
That's true. But when
the last time we won, the AFCON, you were not even born.
That's true. But what I'm saying is that if we were to do the evaluation using the argument, the argument points in the article that we read, can we say that in those years we're doing better?
Well, we can come back to that if you want. We can come back to that. Let's do technical media trends. I can take you on
because around that time we're doing above 25%.
I'll come back to you. I said I'll come back to you because we have to look at where we came from.
Exactly.
And the arrangement that caused sports success in the first 30 years of our life. We can come to it if you want. But let's do technical media trends.
It's brought to us by Telecel.
And today Mr. Akom is here. Samuel Akom.
Yes, sir. Good morning. Sitting in for your regular host, Edwin Kofi.
Samuel. You call yourself Samuel.
Yeah, so sitting in for your regular host, Edwin Kofi. And over the weekend, major trends where it was heavily dominated by football. And of course, almost a Bell now in 10 Black Stars. Black Stars were given, 1 goal in the early hours of the game, and they could not equalize, and that ended. So that ended the campaign of the Ghana Black Stars, and several conversations have followed. topping the trends, Jordan Ayew, with many expressing concern about the fact that throughout the tournament, no shot on targets. People have said that. People have also
There's a
said
picture of Jordan Ayew that they put some jersey on him. The jersey is not good at all. That they put some big Kente-like jersey, and they say the guy can't run in the jersey.
He was once our hero.
Oh, Charlie, Ghanaian.
Yeah.
So Ayew is still trending.
Yeah. Yes, Ayew is still trending in that regard. And then the head coach, concerns about whether or not he was going to stay, as at the time during the weekend when he was trending, people were confused as to whether he was going to continue with the job or not. But we've seen reports indicating that he has bid farewell to the team and wish that we put in place some institutional measures to strengthen
it says
the
talent is
Ghana
not a
Black
football
Stars.
development plan.
It's not. It's really not. And next, Brazil is also trending because they lost to Norway 2-1, and people have said that game was a very beautiful game. And Neymar is also trending alongside that because that may be his last, World Cup campaign with Brazil, and reports are that he announced his retirement from the international football of Brazil. And a quote, right? Yeah, 34. A quote has been attributed to him.
But the injuries,
the injuries. I think the injuries
Ronaldo
are
is
really
41.
Neymar
Neymar
is still playing.
Honestly,
when you look at the two of them, Charlie, Ronaldo looks fitter than Neymar.
Because of the injury concerns.
It's also lifestyle related.
But we beg Ronaldo.
It's also lifestyle related.
Yeah, that's also true.
I think it's lifestyle, the partying and all
of that.
Yes, and the quote has been attributed to him saying that I tried. It all started at MetLife Stadium and I finished here. It is now over.
Okay.
Yeah, and people have described him as the prince who gave us magic but never wore the crown. And trending alongside Brazil, of course, Erling Haaland is also trending for his stellar performance in that particular game.
2 shots, 2 goals.
Yes, 2 shots, 2 goals. And now he's also having 7 goals alongside Lionel Messi and then Kylian Mbappe, with Kylian Mbappe topping because probably of some assists he has made. And for Erling Haaland, stats 54 matches in total for Norway, and he has scored 62 goals.
Hey!
And
62 out of 54 matches.
Out of 54 matches. And then for the FIFA 2026 World Cup, 4 appearances, 7 goals straight up. And people have described him as a goal machine, and the beast. And yesterday, after the game, the celebrations they performed.
Yeah,
the way they do the thing, it was really also trending. Beautiful scenes from there. Another trend is still in the FIFA World Cup. Reportedly, the White House, led by U.S. President, allegedly has instructed FIFA to include the red-carded Balogun in the U.S. next match. Following Balogun was issued a red card in the previous game.
I'm not sure about the word instructed. I think the report we had.
The
White House had contacted. They influenced the decision to Gianni Infantino that it was unfair, the nature of how the circumstances.
Is the White House a football court?
No matter. Countries have soft power.
Oh, master.
Okay, so that is about that trend with regards to US.
Belgium will even knock them out if they don't take it.
Well, Balogun is back, bro. You never know. It's their best.
Which is funny because Balogun himself was born, as we understand it, in the US by parents who were not really intending to give birth to him there. So apparently his mother was pregnant and they were leaving the country, but because of the heaviness of the pregnancy, she wasn't allowed on the plane. And he was born in the US. Now, obviously, he's a citizen of the US. And the same man who is trying to give him a reprieve to play the match
contradictions
went to the Supreme Court to say that people born in US by non-US citizens should not be citizens. So there's a whole bundle of contradictions. But football brings everybody together, so who won't say anything.
Okay. And then another trend, while men slept, a very beautiful game happened, England versus Mexico, with Hurricane, people reportedly saying that, he showed real captaincy because he really gave out a wonderful performance there, and so they beat Mexico 3-2, qualifying to the next round
of that match is Jude Bellingham.
The game.
It wasn't Hurricane. Jude Bellingham scored 2 goals.
Some have said
Bellingham is
how Hurricane conducted the team and all of that, but
the England's best player is Jude Bellingham.
Yeah,
but he doesn't have the right color.
Okay, away from the World Cup, another trend.
Charlie, let's be honest and speak these things. You heard Ian Wright say, sometimes when you have a person of color with such audacity and talent, even the media have a problem with him. Bellingham is by far England's best player. He scored 4 goals as a midfielder. Gave an assist.
And I understand he even captained the team when he was
scored a penalty. Then you say Hurricane.
Oh, he's very hardworking. We need to celebrate him.
Talking about
22.
Yeah.
That's true.
Just 22 years.
But Bellingham, if you look at his numbers,
He should even be England's captain.
And it's done really, really well. It's up there.
Bellingham's temperament and football ability. His arms are passed.
Yes.
But Charlie,
Talking about honesty, let's come back here in Ghana. Now, the question really is former Education Minister Dr. Yawase Aduchum being honest? Because he has sparked the debate nationwide with the useless degree quote. And now, during a podcast, Connected Minds podcast, he said that some degrees are useless, specifically courses like development studies, as well as BA in education, non-teaching. He's basically questioning its practical relevance and job outcomes. Some are supporting his argument, saying that it's really true and that institutions are not training graduates to fit the demands of the industry. Some have also said, as former education minister, he should have, implemented those changes he's calling for before leaving office.
Well, he issued a statement to say he didn't use the word useless in particular, but others say they've read meanings into it. And
sometimes when you do these interviews, the headlines that come out scream louder than what you really wanted to say.
Yeah, the context sometimes is different from the headline that comes out. Another trend, and Citi FM, supported by Channel 1 Television, launched the Literacy Challenge 2026, basically Ghana's premier regional pre-secondary competition. Students aged 11 to 15 across all 16 regions of Ghana will culminate in the live finals weekend broadcast on Channel 1 Television on 5th and 6th September 2026. But what has got attention is the topic.
The topic is not easy.
The topic is what has got attention. Now, what is the topic?
I'm sure Sky has something to do
in
with
not less than 600 words, write a letter to the Minister of Education discussing the advantages and disadvantages of the use of artificial intelligence in education and recommending how Ghana can integrate AI into basic schools while ensuring students in rural and underserved communities are not left behind. I think this is a really important topic, because most of the time when some of these advancements is happening, when you go to rural areas, it takes a while before it gets to those areas. So they are looking at how students will be able to write in that regard to tell the education ministry how there can be a balance there.
We will send the winning essays to the minister by way of advice, and I'm sure you have to, because you are AI master, you read the essay and see whether this thing was written by AI or not. But if you are between 11 and 15, this is the first stage on a 3-stage process. We've changed the company. It's going to be more exciting with regional quiz at the end.
Interesting.
And I'll give you more details on this later. So AI topic, an essay, 600 words at least, advising the education minister how AI can be used in a very profitable way in the educational sector.
My last news, that is a tech news, and researchers at the Cyber Safety Research Center, they are saying that more than half of social media child safety features aren't working as advertised. Now, the research finds that social media giants have for years started their growing slate of safety tools and protection as proof that they prioritize young users' well-being. But more than half of those features are not working. And as it stands now, the report tested 86 youth safety features across TikTok, but only 35% of those features are working, raising concerns about how children are being exposed to some of these algorithms on these social media platforms. And as we stand, some of these platforms, YouTube, Instagram, and the rest, have denied, those assertions. And also, all 4 companies are currently facing thousands of lawsuits with similar claims, which they have all disputed.
That was Tech and Social Media Trends with Samuel Attah-Mensah.
When the bills are mega.
When the plans are mega.
When the pressure is mega.
When the need is mega.
Then you need a mega answer. That answer is Societe Generale Ghana's Mega Loan. Societe Generale Ghana's Mega Loans promo is available to new and existing salaried workers, existing loan subscribers, including top-up customers and pensioners. Get support for personal needs, family priorities, school fees, home improvement, business support, and more. Enjoy big loans, low rates with a quick and straightforward process designed to help you move without delay. Visit any Societe Generale Ghana branch today or call 030-2214-314. Societe Generale Ghana. The future is you.
Eno, you know what our father left us when he died?
Debts?
He left us land, Eno.
But Nanayo said the land is his. The court said, come back in 2031.
Hey, that's not an inheritance. That's a curse, brother.
Real Ejapade doesn't come with disputes. At Deftraco Woodlands, a 592-acre master planned gated city in Dawenya, your inheritance is waiting. Don't leave your children a court case. Leave them Deftraco Woodlands, the Ejapade they will be proud of. Visit woodlands.devtracogroup.com. Call or WhatsApp us today on 0208 732 302.
Kofi, I think we need to call them.
Deftraco Woodlands, where your roots run deep. Charlie, I'm nice. I get some serious meeting.
Allah, motion. But Charlie, no credit today. Oh, but you relax.
Momo day.
Hey, what funny.
Yes, so I borrow small, sort myself out, I pay back. We move. Spoil day.
Charlie, you sure say you pay back?
Yes, so that anytime somebody else they need them, Momo day. Be like I for can't borrow some more. Hey, you this boy. Don't go there and disgrace yourself. Allah, motion.
Responsible borrowing be the real flexo for today's needs and tomorrow's dreams. Borrow, sort them, pay back. Momo day.
Your future starts here at Lexus University College, a place where knowledge meets innovation and dreams become reality. Guided by integrity, excellence, inclusivity, and innovation, we prepare students to thrive in a rapidly changing world. Explore our accredited programs: nursing and midwifery, accounting and IT, banking and finance, marketing, human resource management, ICT, computer science, cybersecurity, applied insurance risk, and data analytics. Admissions are open now. Visit our campus at Tema, Comte 25, Peaceby Junction, or apply online at www.delexusuniversity.edu.gh. Call us on 055 1198 100 or 055 1126 448. Lexus University College. Be knowledgeable and innovative in science and technology.
It's Betway's 10-year birthday celebration, and in this epic month of football, it's your 10. Remember backing Black Stars to beat Niger to make it to Qatar and winning? It's your 10. Bet on every exciting moment of the action in the world's biggest football tournament with us and get behind the bet of our continent. Here's to the next decade. It's your 10, only at Betway. Terms and conditions apply. Regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. No under 18. Bet the responsible way. Betway, get way more.
Hey, you scream. Charlie, I just bought this thing. Relax. You get Samsung Care Plus. Oh, what's that? Charlie, Samsung Care Plus covers accidental screen damage like yours. One small repair fee and your phone is sorted. Hey, bro, you need my Galaxy S25. S25, A series, Z Flip, Z Fold, all covered. I just registered within 30 days of buying. Did you? I bought it like last week. Go register now. Make it no waste time.
Samsung Care Plus. Protect your Samsung Galaxy phone today. Register within 30 days of purchase. Visit samsung.com/Africa or your nearest Samsung dealer. Terms and conditions apply.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
822 City Breakfast Show. Valex Lease Equip Limited is Ghana's leading photocopier leasing company. We lease multifunctional photocopiers with which you can pay as you copy and print or design your own payment plan. So we have A4, A3 heavy duty MFP with shorter stapler finisher and production machine. You can also enjoy free toner cartridges, free repairs, free maintenance, follow me printing, and centralized monitoring of all the staff and nationwide coverage. So forget about unnecessary expensive gimmicks and save yourself over 60% on cost. Visit valexlease.com or call 0244 644 048. Remember, Valex Lease is a wholly owned Ghanaian company. Terms and conditions apply. Valex Lease, affordable document management solutions. Do you know that the mattress you sleep on can affect your health, comfort, and productivity? Many cheap mattresses are made from low-quality materials that lead to discomfort, poor sleep, and unnecessary replacement cost. Choose quality, choose comfort, choose durability. For almost 60 years, Latex Foam has been Ghana's trusted mattress brand, providing certified quality and unmatched comfort for homes and across the country. Visit any Latex Foam showroom nationwide or call 03022311155 or go to latexfoamghana.com for more information. Two big events. The GIPCON, Ghana International Petroleum Conference, is happening on the 16th and 17th of July. Speakers include the President of Ghana, the Minister for Energy, CEO of MPA, CEO of Seaboard, and CEO of COMAC. It's at the Palm Convention Center at Palm Royal Beach Hotel, 8 a.m. each day. Call 055-822-3678 to register for GIPCON 2026. Then there's also the Global Risk Local Impact event, the Sapient Visions 9th edition of the Risk Summit Africa, on the theme Global Risk Local Impact, Building Strong Systems and Institutions for a Resilient Future. It's on 29th and 30th of July, Crown Forest Hotel near Winneba, 8 a.m. each day. Summit is an exclusive offsite experience with high-level conversations, powerful networking, and curated moments. Call 0502-437-609. Step away, think deeper, lead stronger with the Risk Summit Africa. Do you know that SNIT pensioners can now engage a qualified healthcare professional from the comfort of their homes? We're partnering with the Trust Hospital and NHIS and introducing the SNIT telehealth service to provide convenient access to healthcare for pensioners. With this service, pensioners can consult a doctor or healthcare professional remotely for medical advice, routine health concern, and follow-up care without the stress of traveling to a hospital. To access the service, simply dial 0800-877-555. Take advantage of this innovation. SNIT telehealth service, quality healthcare at your convenience. If you're looking for a world-class university experience for your child right here in Ghana, Lancaster University is the only British branch campus in Sub-Saharan Africa, offering students in the same prestigious Lancaster University degree awarded in the UK. With a 90% degree graduate employment rate within 6 months of graduation, your award gets a head start in today's competitive global market. Students can choose from programs in business, law, computer science, economics, marketing, international relations, and more. Applications are open. Call 0209-607-008. Lancaster University, Ghana, a global degree at your doorstep. All right, let me announce again our WhatsApp number 053-998-6996. I'll read two comments and I'll come back to Caleb. There's a very interesting comment which seems to disagree with the original message. Good morning, Bernard. I disagree with all the intelligence scribes throughout the Africa discussing the World Cup football and relating it to development. A World Cup cannot be a yardstick for measuring the success of the game in any country. It's like doing quantitative analysis with 4 to 5 samples. For example, what footballing structure does Germany lack? What about Netherlands with all the structures England has? They have not won the World Cup in our lifetime. The only proper measure of football nation is its major or Premier League. So we can say all we can about our lack of development and leadership, but it has nothing to do with a country's performance at the Mundial. This is from Yakubu Abdul Karim, an engineer. Well, Yakubu, I'll come back to your point. Caleb, finish your announcements.
Now, you know, life doesn't just stand still for you. It doesn't wait for you to be prepared. It just moves. And the best you can do for yourself is to prepare for life instead. A flexible policy like Old Mutual Legacy Transition Plan to help build a legacy that offers you a cover of up to 300,000 Ghana cedis with no underwriting, greater flexibility, with no limits to the lives you can cover, up to age 80 and an uninterrupted cover, no lapse, enabling you to secure what matters most in the simplest of ways. You also get to enjoy the flexibility to update your cover every 5 years. Exciting, right? Dial *378*3# to request a call for Old Mutual Legacy Transition Plan today. Let's get you a plan that works for you and your family. Old Mutual do great things every day. The Lexus University College invites students, workers, and the general public seeking world-class education, market-driven professional qualification. The Lexus is the best university to help you realize these dreams. We have a host of programs in undergraduate. Jump onto thelexusuniversity.edu.gh to find out. We have nursing, cybersecurity, and others. We have a serene learning environment at the Tema Community 25 Peace B Junction. Please pass by. Admission is in progress. WhatsApp this number 0577 734 549. So imagine a world where your power never fails, your data is always secure, and your business never stops. That's the world Left Signature Limited is building every single day. From expert electrical engineering services to cutting-edge renewable energy solutions like solar and microgrids, Left Signature keeps your world powered and protected. Our data center and cloud services ensure maximum uptime, seamless connectivity, and strong disaster recovery, so your business never misses a beat. We also deliver custom applications, ERP systems, and AI-powered solutions designed to boost productivity and drive growth. Download LEP Power app from the App or Play Store, or access the web version. Call us 0256 111 811. Our office is at Lashibi North Celebrity Estate.
All right, a few more comments on the openification or development football discussion. Good morning, Bernard. Openification correlates with our water systems. In most places where water does not flow, or in most places where people do openification, tap water is a challenge. So that's an interesting angle to the discussion.
But is tap water sine qua non for having a proper sanitation facility? I don't think so.
No, I think that's why they call it WASH. So they call it WASH.
I think that's to use Western standards to determine what is, proper toilet facility. Because growing up, you have your agboti, you go do your business, rainwater is there, you collect it, you wash your hands.
No, what I'm saying is that the water, you see.
So water sanitation and hygiene.
There's a global standard for what's the word they use? They like a proper toilet.
That's Western centric.
Oh, bro.
Fair.
That's the truth.
Fine. Okay. But if
there are communities.
Fair enough.
I'm making the
okay, let's not get that.
There are communities in Ghana today,
yes,
where they don't even have these toilets. But
they don't do amplification. Yes.
So their whole, they go do their business.
Sky, the person is basically saying that if you disaggregate, and this is a different person who spoke about the water thing, the regions where openification is high, they also have low water supply. It's again another correlation. That's what he's saying. But I agree with you when you say that, for example, if you have a good KVIP, there are functional toilets that can operate without water.
Yeah.
So his point about water may be a stretch. There are places where they don't have water, but people don't do openification because they use the community KVIP and other types of toilet facilities. So I think the real question is, why has it been difficult in the past 26 years to reduce the number from 18%? Is it expensive to build a KVIP? Is it the lack of space or other types? What other toilets are there? If they are under cheaper toilet facilities than water closets. I want to
give you the regional breakdown
and then historical.
So in Upper East region, we have 80%. That is.
What year is this?
This is so. Let me give you this. So the Ghana. The Statistical Service says about 1.5 million households in Ghana are practicing openification. This is November 19, 2022. November 19, 2022.
And this is households.
And these are households. So if you look at the regional breakdown, 80% of the population in Upper East region engage in openification. Now if you
80%.
And that's the highest, okay?
Jesus.
So highest. There's a national distribution of households lacking access to a toilet facility. And it varies across the region. So Upper East, 80%. Northeast region 79.7%, Northern region 58.8%. This is the Northern zone average, 58.8%. The Savannah region has a high prevalence and is routinely grouped with the Northern region, which is 58.8%. The Volta region has high number of households affected, and it has 102,997 households. The Ashanti region has
Why are you moving from percentage to numbers?
Yes,
you are
I
using
think
percentage, so just use the
it's a
same percentage.
breakdown here. So
you see, the other thing we need to ask before I continue is when you say household without access to a toilet, they need to define it to tell us whether it means that the physical house doesn't have a toilet, or that the people in the household don't have access to a toilet they can use.
Okay,
you get it, and because that's a critical distinction. You can have a house without a toilet, but people use a community KVIP.
True.
So they are not engaged in open defecation.
Yeah.
So the open defecation is directly doing number 2 in an inappropriate place, either a beach or a bush. If you do, because it's a private thing. So if you do defecation within a toilet facility outside your house, including a public toilet, it's not considered. Which is why I'm saying that the way the Cascade service is a bit confusing for me. When they are saying households without access, does the access mean its location within your house, or that if you need to use a toilet, you can get it? Do you understand what I'm saying? Because in Accra, they talk about landlords should not build houses without toilets. Okay, but they are community toilets. So if a person is a community toilet, he's not doing open defecation.
Yeah.
So
Bernard, let me.
I want him to clarify the data for me.
Let me give you the details as it was reported.
Or find some wash expert and call him for me, so you can explain it properly.
Yes. So for the regions of the north, it gives you in percentages, but it says that 6 regions where more than 100,000 households are practicing open defecation.
Correct.
So these are 6 regions where more than 100,000 households are practicing open defecation. You have the northern region, it's in the 200,000s, Upper East 180,000, Ashanti region 111,000 plus, Greater Accra region 105,000 plus households. In the Volta region 102,000 plus, and in the Bono region you have 102,000 plus. Now the point of defecation for households without access to a toilet facility is predominantly bush or open field or gutter, and you have 1.3 million households engaging in same, that is around bush, open field or gutters.
1.3, which translates to 5 million people.
Precisely. Now you have those who prefer the beach or around water bodies, and you have 61,401 households. So that's the detail I'm getting.
Wow, this is
from the
2021.
Yes, PHC General Report Volume.
But if you do UNICEF and then they do like the national average of unification, I'm sure you can find.
One second.
But Sky, you know, you made a point about water being a Western style. For me, what I'll say is that
because the person used the term tap.
Fair enough. What I'm saying is that we all aspire. You see, we must distinguish between. See, tap water.
Yeah.
If you have it, is good.
Yeah.
Not having it can because running. For example, they tell you that in washing hands, washing hands under running water has a different effect from washing hands in a bowl of water.
Yeah, but running water does not necessarily.
Yes, or they pour the water. So what I'm trying to say is that having a tap is an aspiration, which we all must have. It's not a Western issue. I do agree that there are functional, competent toilets that are not water-based. Okay. But the people who
are not tap-based, we can use that too.
Good. But the people who do these studies about wash, there's a reason why they link water to sanitation, because some of the sanitation is not just toilet. Okay. So you have, for example, when women go for their periods, some of the materials they need
we
to
don't
use.
go for our periods. It occurs when women have their
Yes,
periods.
thank you for the correction. What I'm trying to say is that, you see, there's a reason why the wash people link water to sanitation.
Yeah, because you need to clean your hands at some point.
Yes, so what I'm saying is that
to wash things.
So let's not be too quick to delink the water dimension.
No, I think
let's not be.
Sky's distinction is clear.
Yeah, that's
I'm
right.
not clear about his distinction.
No, Bernard,
I'm not clear about his distinction.
the suggestion that you need to have tap water in order to have, competent toilet in the strict sense of the word.
No, the person didn't say that. This is BB Bingap. He says, "Good morning, City CBS. Open defecation correlates with our water systems. In most places where people do open defecation, tap water flow is a challenge.
That's the point.
So he's saying there's a correlation. Again, he's not talking causality. It's just a correlation. If you like, check the regions.
It's in the generalization that statement.
Yes. There's a correlation.
No, because the suggestion is that if you have a community where there's no tap water, then it means that there's going to be open defecation.
No, he didn't say that. You are doing causality. He's saying that in most, you see, there's a correlation and a causality.
We understand that. But
he's saying that in most places where people do open defecation, tap water flow is a challenge. So you decide
but
whether
he's saying
you
that's
decide what to do with that correlation.
Accurate.
No, it's correct.
It's not entirely accurate.
That can be accurate.
Upper East, Upper West, Savannah, the top 5 regions he mentioned right now. Check availability of tap water.
Yes, but it's not entirely accurate because there are communities, and indeed, in I think 2015 or so, was it 2015 or so? I had the opportunity to travel under UNICEF to tour certain parts of the northern regions, so Upper East, Upper West. At the time when we had the regions up north, Upper East, Upper West, and then the northern regions. There were some communities that didn't necessarily have taps and flowing water, but they were cleaner and they handled their excreta, their business even better than what we see in Accra. There was one community, I can't remember the name, is Bani or something. When I went there, I was told that this was a community that was clean. There was no litter. You wouldn't even see a leaf from the plant.
But you are still using the opposite argument.
I'm coming.
The
opposite argument is what makes this difficult.
No,
but let me
the guy said the guy said in most places where people do open defecation, water flow is a problem. He's not saying that water flow is the cause of open defecation. So you are answering the wrong question.
No, you need
he's just telling you that where there is he just stated the fact
thing as a whole. It cannot be that.
No, he's not saying that. He's not. You see, you are misinterpreting the point.
There's open defecation even in places where there's water flow.
Yes, but that does not mean that
places where there's no water. But we are not saying he's wrong. We are saying it is inaccurate.
We are saying it is inaccurate. Necessarily linked. It's defective.
It's not.
That's why if you go to UNICEF, they do water and sun. It's
you know why?
There's a correlation.
Because when you go do your business, you willingly must wash your hands if you are to observe, the things you need to observe properly. And where there is no water to wash your hands, you're not talking about tap.
If you take access,
it's about water.
If you like, Google access to potable water in regions.
What is potable water?
It's not about tap water.
Clean water.
So you see, so now you are back to our argument. It is about clean water, not tap water.
So, but what does that even do to the discussion?
It changes. It's very important. No, Bernard. You see, when we limit it to tap water, and I perfectly agree with what Sky is saying. That creates. You see, it's a developmental conversation. When we limit it to tap water being a basis for sanitation, we exclude portions of not just this country, but this continent that perhaps may be engaging in good sanitation, not necessarily with tap water. The tap system cuts off and changes the narrative, excluding certain people and certain places which will be engaging in good sanitation, but because of the idea of tap, they are excluded from such documentation or such composition of data. That's the point.
For me, I don't even know what you are correcting. The gentleman didn't say that people who don't have tap water. The gentleman didn't say that people who don't have tap water prefer open defecation. What they are saying is that there is a correlation between availability of tap water and open defecation. Now, what you need to then add is do with that fact what you want.
No, but that general.
So I'm not
creating accuracy.
No, it's not. I'm not. You are the one interpreting something. It's like what Yansaku said. The two things are moving in the same direction. You are the one saying that it means that we are.
It's a general statement.
It's a very general statement.
So you decide how to interpret it.
You
are the one who's interpreting it.
Let me see.
Is it not true that Upper East, Northern, Savannah, Upper West have the lowest levels of potable water availability? Is it not also true that they also have some of the highest levels of oblivification? Is that not a correlation? So what is the problem with what he said?
No, you see, don't change post. Our point is making reference one to the tap, and to the generality of that statement. That the nuance is very important.
We accept the nuance. Government must supply. I don't want to do red herrings. We are saying that supply water to people. If you don't give them water, you limit their chances of having access to good sanitation. That's the relationship. So whether it's tap water or whatever water, I don't even know why you are making it. No, let's bring this up.
It matters in the development narrative.
Exactly.
You can't exclude people on the basis of
exclude what? Who is excluding who?
Bernard,
who is excluding who?
You see, the suggestion you are giving us is
who are we excluding?
Oh,
we are saying that people need access to water and people need access to good toilet.
So
who am I excluding?
Confine me to water. Because Bernard,
how they told you don't want tap water?
Oh,
why are you sitting here saying that people don't need tap water?
I've not said that.
So what are you doing with this water issue?
I think you are. Anyway, let's just comment.
Yeah, the issue of open remains a major problem in this country. Take a city like Koforidua, for example. How do people construct buildings for rent or even family homes without providing a place of convenience, yet expect the government to build public toilets throughout their neighborhoods? There are certain areas where you dare not walk or pass through at particular times of the day for fear of being hit by a flying polythene bag. We live in a country where both local and central governments are too often reactionary rather than proactive when it comes to addressing sanitation and public health challenges. George sent that from Koforidua. Good morning, George. Bernard, there are houses or homes in Accra where there are houses here in Accra without toilets. How can you build places for rent without such facilities? SJ sent that from Spintex. With the issue of the toilets, I think the government should reintroduce the Gamma project that made toilets cheaper for people to get. Many homes want to get it, but the cost may be reason why it hasn't reached many homes. The biodigester model helps a lot, and it's simple to manage as well. You didn't add your names. Thank you. Open defecation is a pandemic. Sakumono Beach is terrible. Next to the harbor, you can't breathe. It gets in your throat. You can almost taste it. It's see
water is water.
Let me read it out. Sakumono Beach is terrible. Next to the harbor, you can't breathe in the air. It gets in your throat and you can almost taste it. If we are being honest, the water from the Sakumo Ramsar side to the sea is untreated sewage water. And you're right. I have not seen any authority do anything about it. We did the documentary on this, linking it to how the central sewage system in Tema is broken down, how much of that is released or discharged into the Ramsar and then eventually into the sea. So I completely agree with you, Bernard. These organizations treat open defecation the same way they treat child labor statistics. We need to find out what they mean by open defecation.
So let's not forget the original point, the statement I read. I was saying sanitation is not the cause of football success. So again, he's not drawing cause. This is the first point. He's saying that the same things you need in a society to improve sanitation outcomes is the same things you need to guarantee long-term sporting success. Okay. Now, you can say governance, good governance, or you can push it further and break it down and say strong institutions. So in the case of open defecation, you can talk about assemblies and how well they are governed in ensuring that people put up the right structures, and if they don't even have the right structures, they fill the gap. So an assembly can say 60% of houses in my community have toilets in the house. For the 40% that don't, we can put up community toilets within 2-minute walking distance of each person's house so that people don't do open defecation, KVIPs or whatever biodigester system. So the point Yao is making, which I think we should not lose sight of, is that if you don't build strong institutions that can deliver obvious development outcomes like toilet availability, you can't expect that having 11 talented footballers alone is enough to go and win a World Cup. Number 2, public investment. So the toilet conversation is not just an attitude of the house owner. It's also the government saying that 18% people open defecation is not right. Local government ministry, give me a plan to deal with it. And that plan may have a budget. And I'm prepared to meet you halfway if you can provide the necessary IGF to support it. You get it? So you can ask yourself, if Caleb goes to the budget now and checks, what percentage of our budget does Atu or Ken Oforiatta or whoever was in the position dedicate to specific sanitation outcomes? That's a very important question, because if we don't think reducing open defecation is a national priority, we say, oh, they don't give money to agric. So every day on air, we say they don't give money to agric because we think agric is important. All right. So my point is the issue of public investment in WASH, particularly to eradicate open defecation because we think it's wrong. Of course, there's also the social side. Some people may simply prefer it because that's how they've been raised, which is why government then must come in to do public education and also enforcement. So you can say, look, during open defecation, you are even susceptible to snake bite. Scorpions can bite you. Do you understand? You can give other reasons and do a social engineering to tell people that, look, this is not the best way to go. Again, that's public investment. So for me, whether we agree with tap water or not tap water, we all have to agree that a society that since the year 2000 has reduced open defecation by only 2%.
Yeah.
I think it's a tragedy.
Yeah.
It is.
2%. I mean, imagine 2%.
And that's interesting because our budget, when you look at our budget, to Ghana's government expenditure on sanitation represents only about 2% of the national sanitation budget, with nearly 97% relying on development partners and households. Now,
which means that our donors are rather giving money for sanitation.
Yeah.
But you know what also reveals something she's been saying.
We
also don't demand, because generally politicians will do what you demand. If public starts saying that, look, we want competent and excellent toilet in our community.
Beautiful.
I think no. He says he knows what I'm saying. There's a voice note. No, play it for him. No, Sky went to interview some man in the year 2011, competent, and the man said in life, there's only one thing in this world.
No, you make it. It's just funny.
If you have an excellent and competent toilet, you don't have a problem.
First answer. First, a toilet. When you're very competent, excellent toilet, in your house.
And this is a man who looks like he was just about to enter a toilet. So, Sky, what I'm saying is that part of the problem with the public investment is also, you see, people must demand it. Now we are in an era of transactional politics.
Yeah.
If people in a community say enough of open defecation, a youth group says, you can't come and tell us to vote for you if we don't have toilets in our homes, the politicians will find a solution. So some of it must be demand driven, and which is where the attitude issue comes in. We must not normalize 1.5 million households doing open defecation, and we must not present open defecation as our culture or the way we do things. Open defecation, for me, is a sign of underdevelopment. It's not a Western or Eastern standard. It's a global standard. We should not even You cannot do number 2 in the open. And this is what Rollins said, that he got into trouble.
Yeah.
Even cats.
You're coming to say it.
A fact has to be stated, even though it makes people angry. When they do it, they try and cover it because they know that it doesn't belong here. So what I'm trying to say is that part of the reason why some people persist in the behavior, despite availability of alternatives, is that they've been acculturized to believe that it is my right and my freedom, and that you people, you are doing book long things. Part of the problem is that we have to tell people that no, education should not include simply 1 + 1 is 2. It must also tell people that there is a way to do toilet. Which is a tragedy that if you go to, there was a statistics I got about 8 years ago. About 35% of our basic schools don't have a toilet. Did you know that? Our basic public schools, this statistic is about 2018. I hope it's better. You did a report from a school in Anumle. The school, the kids go to toilet on the rubbish bin, a rubbish
site, refuse site.
Imagine. How do you have education? So we are discussing education and degrees. Okay, maybe let's go back to having one way of solving open defecation can be if every school had an excellent and competent toilet. It means that when the child goes to school, he learns how to do number 2 in school. So when he goes home and there's no toilet cry, you can tell his father, school cry a choir. Do you understand? So the government just has to get serious. If you can't have 35% of your basic schools without a proper toilet, imagine how the girls in the school even survive. You get it? So for me, we should not make it a preference. It must be a development imperative. And we cannot allow that 18% figure to continue into the next 5 years.
So, Bernard, I'll pick a few things from what you've said. Your concluding statement, you're saying that this should be a development imperative. Earlier on, you spoke about the intentionality with which we approach some of these things. And I want us to also consider our values as Ghanaians. Okay, so put a hold on this and pay attention to the statistics that Caleb just read from Parliament. Okay, where is the intentionality in dealing with our business? Caleb says, 2% of the budget, I don't know which year, was allocated to sanitation, and the 90 whatever percent, we've made it other people's business. We're expecting donors and foreign funding to help us deal with our business. It doesn't make sense for us to make our business someone else's business. They can only do as much, and it's not their priority. And that, for me, is the lack of intentionality from the top to the bottom. Okay, the funny clip you played, the gentleman is what he says. I don't think it's lost on any Ghanaian that everybody needs a. Is it what did he say? A competent.
What did he? First, a toilet.
Competent, excellent, and competent.
Only problem.
And I think that fact.
the
guy. I think that fact is not lost on any Ghanaian.
I'll tell you.
But there appears that, and this is my view. Okay, our values do not make us prioritize that, even though internally and innately we know that, like he's saying, first need in life is to have your competent and excellent toilet. Okay, so because where you do your business, where you ease yourself, it's important. But if we know this, okay, how have we developed a culture that is contrary to this? Are we easing ourselves competently and excellently? No, we are doing it in ways that come back to even hurt our health.
More problems.
Exactly, create more problems. And the flooding was an example. You saw flood waters even coming out of people's WCs in their homes. You've got all this.
We haven't eaten.
I apologize, but you've got all this filth in the water that is moving. Okay, and what we sky raised that there are potential public health concerns post flooding. Okay, what have we even done? Have we done a proper nationwide cleanup? No. That for me is a lack of a certain intentionality. The individual Ghanaian, and I say this with the greatest of respect, values the mobile phone they are holding in their hand that can take pictures and do videos that they will share to the world than finding or investing in a competent and excellent WC or toilet.
I have a question for you guys. How much does it cost to build a KVIP? Because I feel like the KVIP is one of the best inventions ever done, because whether there's water running or not, it's a hygienic toilet. Kumasi ventilated improved pit. I think it was developed by one of our research people. If you can find out how much a community KVIP costs, and you multiply that by the number of communities without proper toilets, so maybe 2 per community, I don't think within a budget cycle we should be able to solve this before Mahama's term runs out, if we are serious. Do you understand? Because it's not, I don't think it's as expensive, because some of them can be done by communities. All you just need is a good site, a well dug hole with the proper materials to absorb the matter. In a distance, I mean, we have farms. Do you understand? So, and then there's another invention that you mentioned. There's a new biodigester toilet that they did, which is like home-based without water, completely new. I don't think it's a mindset and priorities. It's not a cost issue, because toilet is not the most expensive thing in the world to build. There are more expensive things that we've spent money on. Okay, so which is why I come back to citizens insisting that they want it, which is why the culture issue. There's a video a guy kept sending from the US a few years ago.
Yes.
You need to,
meaning
they should stop doing number 2 in front of the collie. You need to use means to tell people that what you are doing, you have to stop, because some of it is people's mindset.
Well, I think on a good day, you should not use more than 50,000 Ghana cedis
for a competent
to be able to build something like that. I mean,
a competent KVIP.
Yes, I on a good day, if people are being honest to themselves, it should be possible to use that. But then again, it's a question of how many blocks, like how many cubicles you are building. But
50,000
should be a reasonable
for a good
amount.
KVIP on
Exactly,
average.
because
Okay.
a few things I've done, if you look at the maths, thereabouts should be
dig the hole, get the concrete floor, and then whatever you have to do, a
that's
structure
right.
with windows, a
and roof it
because
properly.
sometimes snake bites are issues. So you need to get a location that is well cleared. So you don't do it in a bush.
Yes, that's right.
So you need a site where the pathway is clear.
Yeah.
And then it should be possible.
Yeah. The challenge we have had is that we've not seen commitment from governments in the sense that we have come to power and we want to eradicate by the time we leave office open defecation.
50K?
I think so.
You think it's high or low?
It's low, I think.
No, you can do it. You can do it. You can do it. Because
how many seaters?
That's the point I raised.
Yeah, he said that if you do, but don't forget, you can do a KVIP. You can do 3 per community. It doesn't have to be one.
Yes.
So it can be a 3 local location, because sometimes you see, if the town is big and you put it near Sky's house, it means every time I'm going, Sky will know. And I don't want Sky to know. So what you need to do is that you can do small ones near Sky's house, one near my house, one near your house. So everybody has their
central
own
location.
We don't want to fight over the KVIP. Sky, go on.
No, just to chip in also quickly, my friend sends a message to say that there are cultural issues. For example, he had gathered data in Savannah region in particular, and he was surprised to learn that the men did not use the same facility as the women. So in those communities, the toilets built by development organizations or agencies were only used by women, and the men still use the bush, because in such places the men and the women don't share the same public toilet. So why don't you do two
and write men?
Sometimes when we build the thing, we don't consider
that is what some communities
the
do.
Prevailing culture.
See, but I think you have interrupted my flow of thought. But I want to. Then it means
the 50,000.
50,000. So what I'm saying is that if governments had shown the commitment, they have come to power, and they say that, look, as part of the things I want to be remembered for when I leave office, toilets, competent, excellent toilets across the whole of the country, in these communities where they do not have, it's a priority. It is possible to do it. And it is about ensuring that, first of all, you dedicate ring-fence resources for it, and you police the project in such a way as to ensure that this whole business of people inflating the cost of projects, people collecting mobilization fee and not doing the work, people in some cases going to site and then sharing the money with people in, public offices, all of these things, if you police it well,
you get enough money
to do it. And then again, there is the need for involving the people of the communities. Look, when we did the Hold My Hand documentary, right? One of the things that many of the people up north in these other rural communities exposed, who were part of the volunteers, who were part of this project. So this Hold My Hand documentary thing was a project sponsored by Star Ghana, if my memory serves me correctly. We trained community journalists or, people in the communities to act as journalists, to do documentaries on things that they cared about in their communities. Many returned reports on open defecation and how it was impacting, community life and related matters. But one of the core issues that I saw in the scripts that we're reading was that in some cases, toilets were built, but without consultation or the involvement of the local people. So, for instance, you go into a community, tap water is not there, yet you have built WC. How are the people
you are building a problem?
Exactly.
You are creating a problem.
And then also, there's a choice between using toilet paper or corn cob. Is that the term for it?
I will endorse your I will endorse your line of thought. I will supply the word for you. I will supply that word for you.
Okay, bleaching. Because in one of those documentaries, the reporter reported that they had built fresh, WC correct for the community, about number of seaters. But the people kept dumping the bleaching inside. You say you won't give me the word, but that's
but give them the this thing, toilet paper.
But you see, how do you sustain that? So is it possible
to give it toilet paper?
No, toilet paper is a lot. Look, you go to some communities, even one Ghana city, they can't afford it for a whole day. And the report Review that. We played it on the City Breakfast Show. So the point I'm making is that, look, sometimes if we view things from the Western point of view, okay, WC has to be the standard if we are doing proper wash. Then it means that there has to be tap water there. Yeah. Then it means that, okay, you need toilet paper to be able to do it properly. So that becomes a challenge for a community that can handily put together 1,000 Ghana cedis every month. You understand? So the question is, if you go to the people, you ask them, yes, we need a toilet facility, but which one will be compliant in the scheme of things? How can we do it? KVIP will be the best option. So let's go for it. Yeah. Let's look for water harvesting, systems to be able to ensure that water is available for people to wash their hands and related matters. But there's another issue too, which is about whether open defecation without more in itself, is a problem.
As in, do we admit that's a problem?
Do we admit that is a problem?
Okay.
And is there a way of doing open defecation that will not create problems for society? And I'm going to raise that point, although it's controversial within a certain context. Look, you go to communities. For instance, during my days when my old lady, Hinyamata, was taking me to her paternal hometown, Kopaya, there's a community behind Kopaya known as Koima. When you go there, the people were not doing open defecation in the sense that we imagine it. If you look at the Western-centric definition of open defecation, people defecating in the fields, in farms, in bushes and all of that.
The beach.
Every time someone was going to the bush where the person was not going to use the public toilet, the KVIP, or the Agboti as we call it, you call it sweet home. Anytime you were going,
it's feetum.
Okay.
Changing the sound dynamic.
But yours too sounds so English.
No, feetum. The length of
it's
the
like a misa. But you see, if I know tire, we can't do anything about it. But you see, anytime we're going, someone will always accompany you in the night, because I may not know you Nyasami. So you need to. you needed to carry this guy. You needed to carry a hoe. And then you have your tokurugi. So your lantern, the small yakaribe. So you carry that, and the hole is in the other hand. You walk to the bush or wherever you are going. So they have specific areas that you go. You look for the and then you dig your thing. You do your business, and then you cover it.
But we should. Yeah, I agree with you, but we should stop. No. That's why the beauty of the program. Say it again.
Amen.
Human being stand by human being before they fit do night. Why do you let this wrong? The point is that in those days they were responsible about it.
Exactly.
But even then, see, KVIP, a friend, Charles is telling me that KVIP was invented by KNUT professor.
Okay.
Kumasi ventilated
improved. And the guy's name, what's his name, Charles? Where's your message? His name is Professor K.N. Wright, an engineering lecturer. What I want to say is that toilet and open defecation is also an innovation and development challenge. So from what you're saying, there are local solutions for different communities that can still eradicate the wrong open defecation. And we need our scientists, our engineers to also think of, like the toilet you mentioned. There are some communities that may be more amenable to KVIP. Some may be more amenable to you mentioned some other toilets, the biodigester, something. Okay, it's a development challenge. So we shouldn't isolate it to just the politics. So some of it is politicians providing the resources to build toilets. But because of the local nuance you've all discussed, I think we should make it a research
based.
Yes, because there are local solutions to national problems that can still eradicate, because we all know open defecation in the form we don't like. Just go somewhere and go
do it and leave it. No, that one I
was listening to a podcast last week about how public transport was invented. apparently it was in the year 1660 something. 1662. You know Blaise Pascal, right? In those days, most wealthy French people moved by horse-drawn carriage. So if you don't have money and you want to move, you have to walk for a long distance. Blaise Pascal was a guy who, you know, when you even mentioned atmospheric pressure, I used Pascal. He's, I mean, one of the geniuses of our time. He came up with a system that eventually became a bus, because his point was that poor people are suffering too much. And he used his scientific genius to discover and create a system where you can put people in mass transportation. This is in the 17th century, 1662. What I'm trying to say is that development also requires ingenuity and research and creativity. All right. Now, the solution he created, he didn't just throw money at it. He didn't just say, government, provide public transport for people. He came up with a practical way of putting these carriages together in a way that will make it easy for poor people to have buses, which is where the bus came from. So it was Blaise Pascal, this great scientist, who invented what we now know as the bus. What I'm trying to say is that not every problem is a money problem, because you go to a project like Garage and other projects where, because people are in a hurry, we say, oh, we have only 2%, let's increase to 30%. You can increase to 100%, people still waste the money. What you need is to be more innovative, to be more careful around cost efficiency, and think of a local solution. But we all have to agree that this is not acceptable. Okay, so for me, once we agree as a society that in 2026 we don't want 18% of our population doing toilet in gutters, in beaches, or in bushes, that is a good enough for me. But the question is, are citizens aligned to push for this? If we are, it will show up in our research, it will come up on our airwaves, it will show up in our budget, it will come up in our cabinet. If it is not, we'll think of the next big thing to do. Okay, so for me, I think that's a good place to pause and read some further comments.
I
on
just
the
want
matter.
to add something small, Bernard. If
yes, you have the chance.
Me. You see, I was going to go to a brief point about the use of WCs even in the heart of Accra, right? Some people assume that merely having a WC and using it's Uhuru. But you see, the public health issues related to open defecation, the way some people do it and leave every business out there in the open, right? Also attend to the matter of having public toilets in your home, what do you call it? WCs in your home, where, for instance, they channel their business into public drains. Right? That's a big issue.
Drain,
exactly. For instance, you find, if you go along the Odo, for instance, the channel of the Odo,
people have connected.
Many people have connected their business directly to the Odo channel. That is not a proper way of regulating toilet use in cities. No, there's a way of building a system that will deal with the business in a way that is responsible before the wastewater, the one that is properly cured in a sense, leaves and joins the public system. And then also, where toilet vehicles come to collect our business.
Oh, Charlie.
Where the question is, where are we dumping?
So we need to be more innovative about managing our toilets.
Exactly.
No, I agree with you. It's a research challenge as well. But I think we all need to agree that 18% doing open defecation in the manner in which we know it is unacceptable. And therefore, we must organize around it. Let's read a few final comments on this issue before we have two quick interviews. Caleb, any more comments from you?
Yes, don't forget the HIPIC benefit toilets. Parker sent this from Community 22. Hi, CBS, this isn't stopping now. Right behind Bukom Arena, this happens even in the full glare of the police. The person said most, meaning in some situations, it's not the case. Anyway, Bernard, why can't we just do boreholes and build places of convenience next to them? Oh, I think the water table something. Well, good morning, Bernard and
you
team.
have to separate the two.
Yeah,
you have
can't
to
put the two together like that.
The thing away from the
I disagree.
Don't combine that.
Yeah. So, good morning, Bernard and team. Talking about sanitation this morning, I want to remind Ghana Water Company that for this year, our taps came on for only 3 days in the last week of March. Until date, our taps are still dry at Katamanso and Kubekro. We are depending on rainwater and water sellers. This is coming from from Kofi from Tema. So Kubekro people have hydra-headed problems. Transport is a problem. Their roads are bad. Their water is not flowing. Anyway, the Europeans the European standards we aspire for don't always the European standards.
If your message is not making sense, it's not my fault to read it.
I think he's
it's not
making
agreeing.
a comment that is problematic.
Yeah, let me just observe. So Bonti Benjamin says, Bernard, our commitment to providing basic social amenities for the locality is laughable. Authorities make it look like they are doing the locals a favor. Meanwhile, it is their taxes they are working with. What a pity.
There's one here from Dela, who is a practitioner within the sanitation space, says that good morning, team. Please, as an environmental health personnel, it is not advisable to have a public or community toilet facility. We actually encourage people or households to own facilities. You understand? So having public, so it should rather be an exception.
Yeah, the biodigester toilet is really good for households, and I've had people I know install it in their homes, back in their hometowns, where maybe there isn't that much running water, but it's a private toilet, but the way it's designed is very efficient. Beautiful. I think that's the way to go.
I have a quick comment from Moses Akrobato, who says Japanese fans have built a globally celebrated tradition of staying behind after World Cup matches to meticulously clean their sections of the stadium. Armed with their own blue trash bags, they collect everything from food wrappers to plastic bottles, a cultural practice of responsibility and gratitude that has gone viral across multiple tournaments.
We'll be back with more. City Breakfast Show is live. Stay with us.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
What if your ideas could shape the future of education in Ghana? If you're a brilliant pre-secondary student aged 11 to 15, this is your moment to shine. Welcome to the Literacy Challenge 2026, the national literacy competition that celebrates young thinkers, great writers, and future leaders. This year's challenge is all about artificial intelligence and education. Topic: in not less than 600 words, write a letter to the Ministry of Education as a youth consultant, discussing the advantages and disadvantages of the use of artificial intelligence in education. Advice on how Ghana can effectively integrate AI into basic schools to improve teaching and learning while ensuring that students in rural and underserved communities are not left behind. Remember, your essay must be in your own handwriting, must be endorsed by a parent, guardian, or teacher, and include your full contact details. Submit your entry by Monday, 20th July 2026 at the front desk of Channel 1 TV or P.O. Box GP 14123 Accra Central. Stand a chance to win 10,000 Ghana cedis cash, a laptop, and earn the title of Ghana's most outstanding all-round pre-secondary student. For more information, call 0205-973-973. The Literacy Challenge 2026 is powered by Citi FM with support from Channel 1 TV, and it's proudly sponsored by Prospectus Ghana Limited, SIC Insurance, and Advocate Publishing.
Your attention, please. Flight C8 has been delayed.
Again. Madam, can you please point me to the water fountain? And please watch my back and phone whilst I'm gone.
You can be a traveler with infinite worries.
Hello, Mr. Anand. Your lounge access is ready and your seat is warm.
Or you can be a traveler with infinite privileges.
Champagne, sir?
Original the drink.
Choose EcoBank's infinite privileges with an EcoBank Visa Infinite card. Access airport lounges worldwide, fast-track services, best-in-class daily limits, and enjoy other exclusive travel and lifestyle benefits. Infinite privileges await. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Who dey brass? We dey brass them. Who dey brass? We dey brass them. Who dey brass? We dey brass them. Brass your taste. Brass your taste. Every day and night. After eating before bed, brass the gems away. So sugar jam, go brass them. Fufu jam, go brass them. Rice jam, go brass them.
to your teeth? Funnel World Cup. Brush them twice daily with Pepsodent, now in limited edition packs. This advert is FDA approved.
Oh, now then a traffic is still point to sir.
Driver, police for insurance.
Hey, my insurance will do on point too.
They just arrested someone whose insurance expired last month. Now dear, last 2 years, and you're still going.
Hey, where will I pass? Let me park and now come and wait.
Oh, what's that? You hide. Just walk into the store and get the new Hollard Insure Pack.
Don't be caught wanting. Hollard Insure Pack is now available at select Malcolm stores and Shell shops nationwide. Just pick one app and the shop attendant will give you the instruction manual. Follow the instructions to complete the process. Araba Hollard will instantly send your policy document and insurance sticker straight to your WhatsApp. For more details and inquiries, call 020-546-3696 or 056-111-2777.
Bruh, what's that? Driver, where's your insurance?
Hollard Insure Pack, boss. Bought it at the Malcolm store right there. Instant.
Hey. Why lucky for Hollard Insurance Inti?
Hollard Insure Pack. And you're too easy.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
So it's 9:20 on the City Breakfast Show. And Ghana is set to host 3 major international events simultaneously at the Palms Convention Center between the 7th and the 9th of July, organized by MIE Events, DMCC, which is a Dubai-based global exhibitions company with 25 years of experience and 15 offices worldwide. It's called the Ghana Investment and Trade Week, which is the first one. It's the 7th edition. Then we have the Africa Build Show, the 4th edition. And then we have Megawatt Africa. So these are 3 critical events happening within the same period. I have in studio Zahur Ahmed, who's the Vice President of MIE Events, DMCC Dubai. He's here to tell us more about these 3. Welcome again to Ghana and to Citi FM.
Good morning, good morning.
I see you once a year.
I know, I need to come back more.
You should do the event more often. Tell me about what brings you to Ghana and why Accra for these 3 events.
Well, again, we're very, very proud to be back again in Accra. It is one of our biggest territories in West Africa. And as an organization, we've been here for over 10 years. And as you mentioned, we have 3 very powerful business-to-business summits and expos. And we're very excited this year where we've got an incredible level of support from government, international, local partners. So we've got 3 days from tomorrow. We're very excited that hopefully the businesses, project owners will be there. We'll be able to meet, over 100 plus exhibitors. But for us, it is always about foreign direct investment coming into Ghana to grow, obviously, what now is the 24th hour economy. Wonderful. And we're very happy to contribute.
So these are 3 events under one roof: the Ghana Investment and Trade Week, the Africa Build Show, and the Megawatt Africa. So give me a quick snapshot of what each of these ones is about.
The Ghana Investment Trade Week is a summit.
Okay.
So we kind of partnered with our first year with GIPC, and we've kind of grown it now, obviously strategically with obviously our strategic partner for this year, which is the Ghana Chamber of Commerce and Housing. And it is again to focus on how we to attract investment for Ghana's particular 4 or 5 key sectors. So it's always been a summit-led kind of platform.
Good.
We also have the Africa Build Show, which obviously takes place in a few of the countries. And again, this is a platform that drives construction investment, infrastructure development, both mechanical, technical, software technology. And then obviously the third platform, which is Megawatt Energy. That's everything energy, new energy infrastructure, energy transition, energy, obviously new areas of growth. So all 3 are important to Ghana where it is at the moment and where it needs to be in the next 10 years.
Let's talk more about the Ghana Investment and Trade Week. So this is the 7th edition, and you're talking about powering Ghana's 24-hour economy. What does this mean in practical terms for Ghana's growth?
Well, Ghana has obviously mandated a 24-hour economy, which obviously means every single sector of the economy needs to be ready for a cyclical type of investment and growth. And for us, obviously, where we're a global company, we can bring in different levels of investment, different levels of technology, partnerships, international platforms to service and facilitate that growth. So it's a phenomenal mandate, obviously, by the country. And I think this will give a phenomenal advantage for Ghana and obviously within West Africa and Africa to be ready for the next chapter of growth. And it needs this kind of platforms to really work alongside it to bring that level of investment.
Let's talk about the Africa Build Show. Ghana's construction sector is worth close to $13 billion. That's a lot of money. So what can builders, contractors, developers specifically gain from attending the Africa Build Show?
I think the value is probably greater than 13 if you look at the entire subsectors as well in terms of the machinery, the materials. But again, it is another key sector of growth. As an economy grows, obviously one needs housing, one needs offices, one needs buildings. So we're again trying to bring in international companies, international manufacturers, international entities that can support and work with both local partners and contribute into the project growth, whether it's a smart city growth, whether it's obviously an airport expansion or it's a road. So the Africa Build Show kind of brings the entire ecosystem to help service and obviously build the future demands for that sector.
Let's talk about Megawatt Africa, which is the third event where Ghana has some really ambitious renewable targets, of course, and growing power demand. What energy solutions will visitors find at the Megawatt Africa exhibition program?
Well, to drive any economy, energy is at the forefront, and as we move into kind of new market territories, new energy, renewable energy, sustainable energy is vitally important. And I think the current global and geopolitical issues regarding obviously the cost of obviously fossil fuels is always going to be of paramount interest. So new energy, sustainable energy is going to be very important. So we're bringing international companies that obviously manufacture such entities. They work on infrastructure level, power grids, battery storages, especially. Obviously, we're also looking at the EV market as well. So again, energy is going to be a phenomenal contributor for the success of that industry as well.
Wonderful. We're speaking to Zahur Ahmed, who is the Vice President of MIE Events, DMCC Dubai. They are doing a 3-in-1 from tomorrow, the 7th, all through to the 9th of July at the Palms Convention Center in Accra. It's the Ghana Investment and Trade Week, the Africa Build Show, and the Megawatt Africa. Still with infrastructure, we have a major infrastructure pipeline. We have rail, we have seaport, petroleum hub, etc. Will investors and decision makers linked to these projects be at the summit?
Absolutely. I mean, we're very blessed. We have over 100 plus organizations, over 33 countries that will be participating, either exhibitors, delegates. But we're looking at over 4,000 to 5,000 project owners and entities coming in.
Wow.
Because the three projects obviously combined as one, and most importantly with the new mandate of the 24-hour, it is generally gained a lot of interest. So we're very happy that obviously the registration and obviously we'll see a lot of these 1,000 people walk through the door, and these people are important to have these conversations with.
What's in it for the everyday ordinary Ghanaian, the young professional, the SME owner, or the student? Because this seems like for big shots, big corporates, right?
It's throughout the whole ecosystem. Then obviously we work with government, we work with industry stakeholders. As mentioned, our stakeholder obviously this year is the Ghana Chamber of Commerce and Industry, housing and industry. But we are very focused on SME. We're focused on grassroots, and one of our partners is the World Cup Startup, where we also bringing on board innovators and incubators to bring new solutions. So we're rewarding obviously grassroots innovations as well. We have the ITC here, which is the International Trade Council, again bringing over 33 of their delegate members, country members, into growing and aligning project owners. So it's throughout. It's project owners, it's SMEs, it's investors, it's obviously sole traders. There's a lot of solutions and obviously hopefully potential partnerships with all types of new businesses.
So this is an international event. Give me a sense of which countries and regions are most represented among the international exhibitors and delegates coming to Accra.
We also have a lot of Ghana, we have China, we have Italy, we have Egypt, we have Turkey. And then, as I mentioned, we have over 33 delegates, which are predominantly from Africa, a few from Europe, a few from US. So what we hope to have is a truly global audience here. And again, raising the profile of what Ghana is trying to achieve amongst these international investors, international partners, would only be a fantastic benefit for what we're trying to do.
And how do these events help Ghana leverage the Africa Continental Free Trade Area to attract more investment?
It's a contributor. It's part of the process. I mean, obviously, the AFCTA has a long-term objective, and we are just one part of the solution, part of kind of the puzzle. Obviously, free trade between African countries is vitally important, be that goods, people, finance, etc. So what we do is we bring inward investment into Ghana, but obviously that is a part of growing the economy, which is allowed to then obviously export and trade abroad.
So let's go back to venue, dates, how people can attend, and where can we get more information about these 3 events?
Well, as you mentioned, it's starting tomorrow, 7th to the 9th, taking place at our new venue, which is the Palms Convention Center. In terms of access, everything is on our socials, everything is on our website. The main website is gitwsummit.com. But also, in terms of phone number, please do pick up, and you can connect on 2455 29467. Registration is open. We have thousands already pre-registered, but obviously it is a free registered for business to business kind of entities to register and obviously give their profile. So we look forward to welcome everybody from tomorrow morning, and excited 3 days ahead.
Amazing stuff. So all roads lead to the Palms Convention Center, Accra. And as you heard from Zahuru, who's the Vice President of MIE Events DMCC in Dubai, it's the Ghana Investment and Trade Week 7th edition, the Africa Build Show 4th edition, and the Megawatt Africa 3rd edition, happening under one roof. Fascinating stuff. Zahuru, thank you for being on the show.
Thank you.
As always. If you want more information, you can reach the organizers on 024-552-9467. The number again is 024-552-9467. Or you can just go online to the websites africabuildshow.com, megawattafrica.com, or gitwsummit.com for more information. All right, so yeah, that's more information for you there. Later in the morning, we'll be hearing from Academic Citi. But if you're ready to level up your future, make Academic Citi your first choice. At Academic Citi, students don't just learn, they build, innovate, and lead. Our graduates work with global companies like Apple, Goldman Sachs, Ernst & Young, while others are building startups and driving innovation across the continent. We offer innovative undergraduate and postgraduate programs in engineering, business admin, communication, AI, data science, and cybersecurity. We are the first university in SSA to offer undergraduate programs in nuclear engineering and unmanned aerial systems engineering. Professional development courses are also available. Admissions are now open. Call Academic Citi on 053-101-2236. That's 053-101-2236, or visit act.edu.gh. Academic Citi, University educating future-ready leaders. Why is it that healthcare always feels like a battle? 1 minute you're fine, the next you're facing a crisis, cost, and a diagnosis you weren't ready for. Well, Eden Care is the reset button. We are Acacia Health's dedicated insurance for individuals and families. And what we love it, we combine everyday easy accessibility with the absolute trust and experience of a proven health insurer. We are the health partner that actually answers when you call, making sure your family is shielded from the wahala of uncovered expenses. Stop fighting the system and start walking in peace. Reach out via edencare.acacia@myenterprisegroup.io and choose Eden Care today. Eden Care, brought to you by Acacia Health. Planning for the future begins with the decisions you make today. Save and invest early with EDC to build wealth and retire comfortably. One clear sign of financial growth is when your money starts working for you through steady returns and long-term wealth creation. With EDC, you get professional fund management, flexible investment options, potential for higher returns, and financial security for retirement and future goals. But financial independence is possible with EDC. Sign up today. Call 0302-610-400 or WhatsApp 0509-268-414.
When you buy anything, it's got to be the very best. Diamond 42.5 hour grade cement is the highest quality cement on the Ghanaian market. We've done this since the year 2000. We are rated green by the EPA. We have the 32.5 hour grade, affordable one. Great value, good deal for everyone. That's great value for your pocket. You deserve the very best. So always choose Diamond Cement. Make us your number one. We are nationwide. Please deal with us directly. Our factories are in Aplao, Takrady, and Buepe. Call us 0244 313 or 0540 111 978. Diamond Cement is still as hard as a diamond. If you're looking for a best of flavor in every sip, you will discover the refreshing taste of Piva beverage. We have Piva Cola, Piva Tangy, Piva Orange, Piva Cocktail, Piva Grape, and Piva Tangy. Grab yours today. It's available at a local store near you. Our number 0550-032-231. Piva Beverages, a taste you will love. Now, how many of you are tired of the last minute panic when your water bottle runs empty? What if I told you there's a smarter way to have clean, reliable water delivered on time and actually save money? Jibu Water is the game changer, so ditch the hassle. We are one of Africa's fastest growing water brands. You can exchange an old 18.9 bottle for our sleek, modern 20-liter bottle at a very little fee. We offer free bottles and dispenser machines for corporate clients as well. And for those who are into entrepreneurship, Jibu offers amazing opportunities to become a distributor, reseller, or even own a production site. That's a chance to invest in a trusted brand that's already in 8 countries. So stop worrying about your water. Get reliable delivery, save money, and join a growing community. Call Jibu 020-984-5817. This is the smart choice for your water. Jibu, a better life.
A few more birthday requests coming through on the show this morning. Today being the 6th day of July, and let me wish a happy birthday to a couple more people. Happy birthday to Papa. You are an immeasurable blessing, a profound teacher, and a kingdom trailblazer. I'm grateful to God for your life and ministry, and I pray God keeps you and uses you non-stop for his glory. You're a precious gift, a rare gem, and a wonderful person. Your influence shines brightly in the kingdom. You are a true father. Happy birthday, Bishop Evans. I celebrate you. You don't mention the name of the church, but I'm sure Bishop Evans knows himself. Good morning, Bernard. Please wish my dear wife, Mrs. Jess Janet Ofosuhima Owusu Edu, as she celebrates her birthday. Happy birthday, my queen. Thank you for being such a blessing to our family. May God continue to grant you divine health, joy, favor, wisdom, peace, and long life. I love you dearly. You are a loving husband. This is from your loving husband, Bernard Owusu Edu, aka Benito, to his wife, Mrs. Jess Janet Ofosuhima Owusu Edu. Why that sigh?
Oh, but I don't read meanings into it. I'm just tired. I'm just tired.
Okay.
So I'd like to congratulate women in PR Ghana. They held the 10th summit, I think on Friday, Thursday, and Wednesday. So the 1st to the 4th of July. Congratulations to the founding president, Faith Senam Oklu, and also all the president, Josephine, and her executives. Also thanking some amazing women who passed through.
You're a woman in PR.
Yes, I'm a member of Women in PR. And there are some men who also support us, so we're grateful to them as well. But we had amazing conversations from keynote speaker, Madam Gifty Bingley. We also had Teki Akwete, Madam Teki Akwete, who used to head the Data Protection Commission there. Kate Ado, Director of Public Affairs in Parliament. All the big women were there.
You were also there.
Yes, so I moderated the final day. But congratulations to all the young women, the students who came around, the practitioners, and all the leaders in communication who came to share their experience. And we hope that the coming years will be even better.
I'd like to announce the second edition of the Channel 1 Economic Quarterly, a mid-year review of the Ghanaian economy, measuring progress, identifying risk, and charting the way forward. A very exciting panel discussion on Thursday morning, the 9th of July, featuring Professor Jepama Jekedako, economist, University of Ghana Business School, Clement Boateng, president of the Ghana Union of Traders Association, Michael Koto, managing partner for Confidence, Sechu Makwabwa, who's the CEO of AGI, and other speakers. It's going to be live on Channel 1 television at 11 a.m. with yours truly in the hot seat. So we did the first quarter in April. We're doing the next quarter in July. inflation, exchange rates, and other issues coming up for discussion. All right, I wanted to take a quick breather and come back here as we try and wrap up the show this morning. And by the way, the discussion we had today on open education is not the only target. There are so many other things that we need to prioritize. We use open education just to make it vivid. There are many globally comparable development matrices that we may be using in future discussions. Maternal mortality, children under 5 mortality, literacy rates, a lot of different measures of development that we can't afford to take our eye off. Open education is very stark, it's very graphic, and it's very important. We'll take a short break. Mr. Sky.
Yes.
Your proverb.
Goodness, you are still talking about this matter.
I mean, it's
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Your health is your most valuable asset and it deserves expert attention. At the International Maritime Hospital, we believe health care should be personal, precise, and delivered with excellence. That's why we provide specialist-led care combining experienced doctors, advanced diagnostics, and a client-centered approach. From preventive care to specialist consultations and advanced treatment, every step is handled with precision and care. Our serene environment, modern facilities, and dedicated medical team ensure you receive the quality care you deserve every time. So whether it's for you or your family, choose care you can trust. Visit the International Maritime Hospital at Community 3, Tema, or call 0303-220-030 or 055-2222-90. International Maritime Hospital. We serve and we care.
Hey, Charlie, these days there are Azan everywhere, and GCB Bank is on the alert to protect your money. So be vigilant. I should share my OTP with you. How can you tell me this story? Masa, one-time PIN will be group work, so don't share. Azan, they say share your PIN for them to help you. Azan, unknown link, bia, no one click so free ATM help, say. My friend, look sharp. GCB Bank will never ask for your PIN, OTP, or Ghana card details. Don't fall victim. Think before you click or send anything. Azan Boys Day Street. So Deji, call 0800-422-422 free or WhatsApp 0202-422-422 when in doubt. This fraud alert campaign, Azan, is brought to you by GCB Bank, your bank for life.
HR is evolving. Are you ready? Join industry leaders, HR professionals, and business executives at HR Connect Conference 2026 for powerful conversations on transforming HR into a true driver of business growth and competitive advantage in Africa. The theme: from certification to competence, why elevating HR is critical for business growth and competitive advantage in Africa. The date, 30th and 31st of July 2026 at the Labadi Beach Hotel at 9 a.m. daily. Tickets are going for 2,000 Ghana cedis only. HR Connect Conference 2026. Connect, learn, lead, and transform.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is City 97.3.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Okay, so we have friends joining us from Academic City. We have a big conversation coming up. If you are in your career, you want to pivot, you want to add some value to yourself, you want to add some value through higher education, Academic City is providing a unique experience, great environment, challenging opportunity where you can discover yourself while adding value to it. There's not a better way to have this conversation than to have the experiences of those who have been through it. I have joining me in the studio Regina Adobia-Ese. She's an alumna, AI engineer. She's here with Daniel Kofi Edu. They'll be sharing the Daniel Kofi Ado, forgive me. They'll be sharing the experiences with me shortly. In the meantime, I'm also joined by Dr. Siraj Mohammed. He is the Director of Academic Affairs. Okay, so Academic Director, Graduate and Continuing Education. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us in the studio. How is Academic City doing?
Thank you very much. It's doing great.
Nice. I watched your recent graduation. It was beautiful. Bernard was the speaker.
Yes.
He had this graduation gown.
Awesome.
Charlie, who saw that thing? It was very nice.
Really nice.
Welcome to the studio. Now, you, Academic City, you are known for innovative, industry-ready undergraduate programs. We've not heard about the graduate programs as much as we have about the undergraduate programs. So, Dr. Siraj, walk us through your graduate programs. Is this your first cohort?
Yeah. If you say first cohort, you mean those who've graduated?
Yes, those who've graduated.
Yes,
okay.
First cohort graduated. Yeah, and thank you very much. And first of all, good morning to your listeners, and we appreciate this opportunity. Our programs are very unique. In fact, you even mentioned it already. You've heard a lot about our undergraduate programs. And it's not drastically different what we do with the master's program or the postgraduate program. Our postgraduate programs equally is built around our learning pillars, which has to be experiential and contextual, unified, and extensional. Right. So the experiential part is what makes Academic City sell. We make sure you actually practice what you learn in class, in the industry. You are able to do it while schooling, and even outside schooling, you are still able to do it.
So it's not just all theory, you're experiencing what you're learning.
Exactly. And we also make sure that our curricula are actually built with industry experts.
Okay.
So not just academia, but we have experts from the industry. They contribute into our curriculum development, and it's just awesome.
Man, I've been to some of your workshops, and I've seen the huge machinery that your engineering students, used to study, and it's mind-blowing the kind of exposure you give to your students, even at the undergraduate level.
Exactly.
And you're saying you are transporting the same experience to the graduate level.
Exactly.
Incredible. So tell me, technology is also a big part of this transformation process. It's big in transforming industry, and many professionals are looking to upskill, right? Are you able to bring that same rigor of technological exposure you give to your undergraduate students to the graduate programs that you're running? And which are some of these?
Yeah, we do. And just like you said, we have amazing workshops. We have labs, and just so we do same with our MSc data science and analytics. We have the lab for it, dedicated computing devices that helps the student to be able to do their practical work. Also, we have our digital forensics lab with the MSc cybersecurity, and they have.
So you do MSc cybersecurity,
exactly.
Right.
Yeah, and we have dedicated forensic lab where the students actually have first-hand experience with the industry gadgets. Right. So before they leave school, they've actually experienced and worked with facilities that they will see in the industry. So we have all those technologies around to make sure our learning experience is solid.
Let me rope in Adobia now, right? Regina Adobia-Ese. What did you study for your graduate program?
Data science.
Okay.
And
Now,
analytics.
okay, there are a number of universities, and so in choosing a place to do your postgraduate, there must have been some reason, something must have attracted you to Academic City. Share that with me.
Okay. So I've actually known Academic City for a while prior to my coming. That is because I live not too far from Academic City.
Bosha girl.
But one thing that stood out for me is they had an open day, which I attended, and they had invited the undergrads to come and showcase their projects. And one of the projects that I came across or that stood out to me is the software engineer or the student, the undergrad, had built an ATS system, an applicant tracking system, where recruiters and HR can just screen their CVs for their applicants. And I told myself, if undergrads are building things like that, how much
You're
more?
like a Hamponi.
How much more postgrads?
Yeah.
So that's informed my decision.
Wow.
And choose
and did the experience measure up to the promise?
Yes. There are so many projects that I have built, giving me the confidence. I sit through interviews and I'm able to rattle through my project that I've done, solving impactful problems. Right. Yeah.
Right. So what did you study? How has that helped you? And what was the learning experience at Academic City?
Actually, I came from a non-STEM background.
Okay.
I studied political science and English.
I know where you studied.
Yeah, what a drift. Yeah, I understand. And for me, it was such a journey for me, given the drift.
From political science, English to data science.
Yes.
Wow. How was the experience?
So in the beginning, it wasn't easy. I had to run whilst my colleagues were walking because they already had the prior experience and prior knowledge. And one thing that I learned was it was more about consistency and not whom was smart. Right? Who is ready to put in the work, who is ready to show up, and So it was more of the consistency. So that's.
But beyond your own efforts and industry, how did the space spurred you on? What kind of experience would you say you had doing this? And I'll be coming to you shortly.
Right? So Academic City really had time for me.
Okay.
They have TAs specially assigned to you, like one TA to one student.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Hey.
And so for me, like I said, I came from a non-STEM background. So my mathematics and the rigorous aspect was a bit more polishing. So the TAs had time for me. Like even if you don't come to class, they'll call you. Adubia, like when is our next session? Are you coming? Like that is the kind of patience they had for me.
These are stories we hear of graduate students who go abroad. These are the stories they tell, not typical of, but Kofi, talk to me. How was your experience? And also, did you also do the same program or you did something else? What attracted you?
Yes, I did same. I did data science and analytics.
Okay.
And I think the experience is largely similar. Coming from a computer science background, it was, of course, difficult, but like Adobia said, I had some background in terms of statistics, mathematics, and the like, so it was a bit okay. And I chose Academic City because I was looking for a premium university to take my data science course, and the opportunity presented itself, and I took it with both hands. Thank you very much.
I like that. Simple, short and sweet. But why Academic City?
I wanted to do a premium university, like I'm saying, because I had already done my first degree in indigenous university. The experience wasn't what I needed at the time. I wanted something that would make me future ready. A premium university. And it was between Academic City and another. But I think Academic City was the one that...
What was the experience like?
Of course, I never had this one-on-one kind of tuition experience before.
One-on-one?
Yeah.
Are you guys serious?
I'm serious. Dead serious.
Wow.
You can have your own, you can schedule a time with the lecturer. And we'll take their time. It's like they want to teach you, not like you want to learn.
They're not punishing you for trying to learn.
They want to make sure that you get to know. I mean, you get value for money. And that is my number one take.
And all these you did while working?
Yes.
Or you're a full-time student?
Well,
it was extremely difficult, especially for me.
Is it an evening program, weekend program? How do you do it,
Yeah, so it's actually somewhat. They have online classes, and they also have, evening, Thursday and Friday evenings, and they have Saturday full day. So from morning to late afternoon. That's when they come to campus and do their practical work. Like he said, beyond the classroom, they actually have, access to their lecturers anytime they want. And that is what makes the difference, because if you are learning and perhaps even you are unable to complete a lesson in class, you can still have opportunity.
These two have already sold us. We are interested in a postgraduate program at Academic City. How can we engage? What is the process? Talk to us.
So before I get to that, we have new programs, and I'm sure you'll be interested in knowing
Tell us about them.
Beyond the MSc in Data Science and Analytics, and also the MSc in Cybersecurity with the computational faculty. We also have the Faculty of Engineering, and they have their MSc Robotics and MPhil Robotics, and also MPhil Material Science and Engineering. And even at the Business Administration and Communication Act, they also have STEM MBA. Wow. Very interesting MBA.
And I'm sure when we go to your website, we'll see the rest.
We'll see them, and MSc in Management.
Programs.
So these are the programs that are open for admissions. And
fantastic.
We are just calling anybody to.
I'll give you the last word. Why should anyone consider a postgraduate program at Academic City?
I would say if you want to be future ready, if you want to position yourself in a way that opportunity comes and you are very, very ready for that, Academic City is the best place to go.
Charlie,
thank you.
Daniel Kofi Ado, and Dr. Siraj Mohammed, Academic Director, Graduate and Continuing Education, Regina Adobia, Ace and gentlemen and lady. It was fun talking to you. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And keep up the good work, Academic City.
Thank you.
Looking for a burst of flavor in every sip? Discover the refreshing taste of Piva beverages. Enjoy the classic Piva Cola flavor, perfect fit anytime. How about a fruity adventure? Try our delightful Piva orange fruit drink packed with recognized citrus flavor. Craving something exotic? Our Piva cocktail fruit drink brings the tropics to you. For a sweet and juicy treat, grab our grapefruit drink and don't miss out on the refreshing Piva Tangerine fruit drink, bursting with tangerine flavor. Piva Cola, Piva Orange, Piva Cocktail, Piva Grape, Piva Tangerine. Grab yours today. Available now at your local store. Call us on 055-00-322-31. Piva, a taste you love. This advert is FDA approved.
P for Piva.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Watch your shop, so the boom will see. My man down, to be the gate, of Yahoo. And the man down, and the fear. Watch your shop, so the boom will see. My man down, to be the gate, of Yahoo. Madama, Tama, of Yahoo, Madama, of Ibagabu.
5 minutes to the top of the hour. Ghana's next generation of engineers and coders are being built right now. The question is, will your child be one of them? Nyansapo Institute is now enrolling students for the 2026 STEM camp. 3 weeks of hands-on learning in AI, robotics, Python coding, cybersecurity, game development, 3D design, and more. Real projects, real skills in Accra. 2 cohorts are available. Cohort 1 runs July 20 to August 7. Cohort 2 runs August 3 to August 21, so you can pick what works for your family. Sports are limited, so don't wait. Give your child the head start they deserve. Call or WhatsApp 0537 117334. Register now or visit nyansapoinstitute.com. Nyansapo Institute, where coding, engineering, and design meet opportunity. We all know that silence when your rent is due and you can't pick up the call. When the shop is empty and you're pretending it's fine. When salary finished 2 weeks ago and there is still a week to go. When your goods are stuck at the port and the clearing agent keeps calling. When your business idea is ready but the cash isn't. That silence has a name. It's called money. Bills breaks the silence whether you need working capital, a salary loan, emergency cash, or startup funding. Your Ghana card is all you need. Bills microcredit today. Call us 0596-920-833 or 0302-200-390. Break their silence. Bills got you. The people of Kubekrom number 1 and 2 in Katamanso are crying for help. Good morning, Caleb. I'm reaching out as a resident of Katamanso number 2. The roads in Kubekrom number 1 and 2 are in terrible state. Everyday drivers, school children, pregnant women, and traders risk their lives just to get to work and school. Dust in the dry season, mud and floods in the rainy season. Vehicles break down, fares go up, emergencies become nightmares. Please, CDCBS, use your platform to amplify our cry. Katamanso deserves better. We pay taxes too. Katamanso deserves better. They pay taxes too. City, thank you for doing the road construction tour. The first road you should visit is Tema to Afienya to Akosomo Road. The contractor is seriously joking on the road from Yesuvi. Good morning, CDCBS. As a nation, we fail to admit that we have failed in almost every basic thing. There is nothing in order. I have taken a closer look at how our bus stops are utilized. Look at the Kingsway bus stop near the Cocoa House in Accra Central. It has been turned into a full market where you have municipal officers going around to take tolls from the market women and police officers. Okay, I see what you did. Come to a Masama bus stop. It has been turned into a full market, and the very reason these roads are constructed will be meaningless. Walkways have turned into market spaces. It's a long one, and K is an extremely worried citizen. K, thank you for sharing your message with us. And thank you all for doing the listening. My name is Caleb Kuda, Francisca Kakafosin, Bernardino Kokovle, Richard Delaskai. We're here. Fred Tete Jabano, Samuel Akon, Godfrey Abeko, Doom, the richest man. Production team, thank you as always. Antina will be taking over, your companion for brunch in the city. Have a great day, blessed week. And all you do, put Ghana first.